river sandbars serenading, looking for alligators, but they must be hibernating, 'cause we searched around for hours and we haven't seen a one, lying on the muddy bank and soaking up the sun. So we hit the navigator and we found ourselves a seat. They brought us out around to drink something smooth and sweet. The minutes turned to hours and the stars lit up the night, and something started dancing out the corner of my eye. Rum jumbies, rum jumbies, rum jumbies, dancing in the night. The alligator on the wall began to sing a soulful tune. The crowd picked up the rhythm and was howling at the moon. A fog began to creep across along the river shore. Ghostly apparitions came in through the walls and doors, and lights began to flicker on and off across the swamp. People started dancing, doing the rum jumbie stomp, like creatures of the night wearing human disguise. Jumbies taking over, you can see it in their eyes. Rum jumbies, rum jumbies, rum jumbies, dancing in the night. There were bobcats in the parking lot and snakes out in the grass. The swamp ape pinched a waitress and she knocked him on his ass. There were raccoons in the garbage, alligators lined the bar. 3 drunken armadillos tried to run over a car, and the jumbies kept a coming, single file and 2 by 2. The crowd was in a frenzy, there was nothing left to do but raise a toast up to our host, the Navigator Grill. And if tomorrow morning we are feeling kind of ill, we could blame it on the rum. Jumbies! Rum jumbies. Rum jumbies. Rum jumbies. Dancing in the night. Rum jumbies.
Hi, everybody. This is Michelle Myers, and every Friday night you'll find me at the BAR, the Bodyguard and Ambassador Retreat here in Bartlett, Tennessee, listening and watching B-Man and Michelle's Coastal Confessions on Tiki Man Radio from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern. Tune in to the Tiki Man Radio app or on the Tiki Man Radio YouTube channel. Come on, want to hear your confessions?
Everything was quiet late last week. Spring break broke out and ruined my peace. Minivans full of kids, crap strapped on the top. Traffic backed up, noise nonstop. Makes me want to put on my go to hell shirt and stand on the sand and yell a few choice words. Get off of my beach. 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 I know what I'm thinking, but I'm not gonna speak. But take those brats and get off of my beach. Boombox music thumping in the air. Underage drinking, don't the police care? Beach balls, footballs flying everywhere. Land next to me, hell, I swear. Somebody called me a grouchy old man. Well, I flipped him off with both of my hands. Take that. Get off of my beach. You son of a bitch. Get off of my beach. You son of a bitch. What don't you understand about pack up and leave? You son of a... Get off my beach. Yeah, who asked you to come here? If you miss snowbirds in bikinis. Spring break, Panama City. I was 18, she was so pretty. I heard an old man hollering something obscene. Hey, punk, get off my beach. Get off of my beach. now and get off of my beach. Shoot. Go.
Well, I went to church last Sunday so I could sing and pray. But something quite unusual happened on that day. The church, it started right on time, just like it does without a doubt. And everything was all just fine. He said, it came time to let us out. You know, the preacher, he kept preaching. He told us, I have one more thing to say. Children, before you think of leaving, you better think about the judgment day. And now everyone got nervous because everyone was hungry too. And everyone was wondering what was the next thing he would do. And the preacher, he kept preaching. He said, now I'll remind you, if I may, you all better pay attention. I might decide to preach all day. Now everyone was getting so hungry that the old ones started feeling ill, and the weak ones started passing on. The young ones, they could not sit still, and the preacher's voice rose high. So I snuck up to the balcony and I crept into the choir, and I begged them, brothers, sisters, help me please. I said, when I give you a signal, I said, when I raise up my hands, won't you please join with me together and praise the Lord? I have a plan. And the preacher, he kept preaching. How long is the struggle hard to fight? And I prayed, Father, please forgive me. Now I stood up and with all my might I sang to the Lord, let praises be. It's time for dinner now, let's go. We got some beans and some good cornbread. Now listen to what the preacher said. Now it's to the Lord, let praises be. It's time for dinner now, let's go. Listen, and I did give the signal. Yes, and I raised up my hands and joined with me the choir. Every woman, a child and man, I sang to the Lord, let praises be. It's time for dinner now, let's go. We got some beans and some good cornbread. Now listen to what the preacher said. Now to the Lord, let praises be. It's time for dinner now, let's go. And the preacher, he stopped preaching, and a hush, the church did fill. And then a great white dove from up above landed on the windowsill, and the dove flew down beside him, a fork appeared right in his hand. With everybody watching, the preacher ate that bird right there and then. Now everyone got really nervous. The preacher, he did start to glow, and as we watched on in disbelief, these were the words he spoke. I said, Mama's in the kitchen, she's been down all day, and she's cooking something good, so bow your head and sing a song. We sang to the Lord, let praises be. It's time for dinner now, let's go. We got some beans and some good cornbread. Listen to what the preacher said. He said, to the Lord, let praises be. It's time for dinner now, let's go. And the moral of this story, the children, it is plain but true. God knows if a preacher preaches long enough, even he'll get hungry too. And he'll sing, to the Lord, let praises be. It's time for dinner now, let's go. We got some beans and some good cornbread. Now listen to what the preacher said. He said, to the Lord, let praises be. It's time for dinner now, let's go. We got some beans and some good cornbread. Now listen to what the preacher said. He said, to the Lord, let praises be. It's time for dinner now, let's go. We got some beans and some good cornbread. Now listen to what the preacher said. He said, to the Lord, let praises be. It's time for dinner now. Got some beans, hot sauce and good cornbread. Listen to what the preacher said. got some beans and some good cornbread. Listen to what the preacher said. Listen to the Lord, praises be. It's time for dinner now, let's go eat. We got some beans and some good cornbread. Listen to what the preacher said. Listen to the Lord, praises be. It's time for dinner now. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain. I'd like to welcome you aboard our flight tonight. We are traveling at 34,000 feet at approximately 420 knots. Those on the left side of the aircraft, I'd like you to take a look out your window. We're passing over Key West, and I'd like to point out Beachy Shell Studios. You're in luck tonight, as our in-flight entertainment will be Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle, so sit back, relax, leave the flying to me, and enjoy B-Man and Michelle's Coastal Confessions on Tiki Man Radio. Oh, I'd like to suggest downloading the free app, so when we do get to our final destination, you can listen to everything on Tiki Man Radio. Enjoy your flight, enjoy the in-flight entertainment, and thank you for flying Tiki Man Radio Airlines.
Every morning just to keep a job, I gotta find my way through the hustle and mob. Sounds of the city pounding in my brain while another day goes down the drain. But it's a 5 o'clock world when the whistle blows. No one owns a piece of my time, and there's a 5 o'clock of me inside my clothes, thinking that the world looks fine. Time for the pay I get, living on money that I ain't made. Gotta keep going, gotta make my way, gotta live for the end of the day. 'Cause it's a 5 o'clock world when the whistle blows. No one owns a piece of my time, and there's a long-haired girl who waits, I know, to ease my troubled mind. In the shelter of the arms, everything's okay. She talks and the world goes slipping away. And I know the reason I can still go on when every other reason is gone. In my 5 o'clock world, she waits for me. Nothing else matters at all. 'Cause every time my baby smiles at me, I know that it's all worthwhile.
storm had turned, it was too late, and we ain't the kind to evacuate. The impact zone was calling out my name. The sea monster night full of nothing but fright and fear. St. Christopher might not get our asses out of here. Bloody roads and trailer parks, and maybe a tornado lurking in the dark. A perfect life to ride into eternity. I feel like going surfing in a hurricane. I feel like making love in the pouring rain. I ain't afraid of dying, I don't need to explain. I feel like going surfing in a hurricane.
The waves were hard, the seas were high. Wicked thunderbolts flashed in my eyes. We swam out to the sandbar in the dark, howling at the moon and cussing at the shark.
I made the first drop and my cojones were in my throat. Then the second wave launched me like a rocket, that's all she wrote. Upside down, water on the brain, and on the bottom but feeling no pain. Screaming like a demon, but paddling out again. I feel like going surfing in a hurricane. I feel like making love in the pouring rain. I ain't afraid of dying, there's no need to explain. I feel like going surfing in a hurricane. I feel like going surfing in a hurricane. I feel like making love in the pouring rain. I ain't afraid of dying, I got no fear in my brain. I feel like going surfing in a hurricane. I feel like going surfing in a hurricane. Let's paddle out, boys. Killer surf. And I mean killer. Let's go. Surfing in a hurricane.
Hi, this is Adrian Z. You're listening to Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle on Tiki Man Radio.
B-Man and Michelle's Coastal Confessions on a Friday night, coming to you live.
Sorry,
What?
Tiffany got distracted.
What were you watching?
Star Trek. Come on, it's 8 o'clock.
Hip
on a
hip
Friday.
tally ho.
Hip hip tally ho.
Hip
What?
hip hooray tally ho.
What the hell was all that about?
It's you know how original Star Trek.
You know how the night's starting already, everybody. Hey, all right. So, it's a Friday night. Coastal Confessions. B-Man and Michelle live
With Tiffany.
With Tiffany Green again.
Hey, it's me again. It's me. It's Tiffany.
Hey, Tiffany. Hey.
Like Ernest T, but I don't throw rocks.
I love that show.
I do too.
You know that there's a lot of cool ones, and
That's the Andy Griffith.
he was one of my. I loved it because he was like,
I have a hard time watching that.
well, you know
Well,
what?
the big main thing is I really, really hate. What's the annoying guy?
You don't like Barney Fife.
Barney.
I love
It's
Barney
kind of like on
Fife.
Seinfeld. I hate George.
Barney
on
is
Seinfeld.
awesome.
Barney is from West Virginia.
No, by God, West Virginia.
Yeah, like the real guy.
Yeah.
Well, no, but Ernest T.
John Knotts.
You know, when they tried to educate him,
Oh gosh.
you know, and they're like, okay, so name the 4 bodies of water. You know, Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Old Man Kelsey's Creek.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh my God.
I was like, oh my God.
Well, it's water in it. I just saw the one last week where they made him a crossing guard
Oh,
because he needed a job. So
that was Ernest T, right?
Yeah, they made him a crossing guard. Then he got mad and threw rocks at somebody's car. And
Oh my God! No, I love those. Those are always hilarious. And
I lived in North Carolina for a bit, for a spell.
for a spell, I was there for a
No,
spell. All right.
No.
I got both you ladies involved with the Star Trek.
yeah. Well, they got off the ship just now, and they were wearing like masks you'd wear in a hospital for oxygen to make sure it was okay. But then they all looked at the one dude that has no name on the show. Right? They always
there
look
we
at
are.
the one guy that we don't know who it is. He's just
You know he's gonna die.
So I gotta
he
laugh.
ain't making it
I
back.
gotta laugh real quick. I don't mean to interrupt
he
you.
took it off like this and went.
So Danny Lynn's like, turn your freaking camera on. Sorry, dude. Well, the ladies threw me off, all right? Because it's like I start the show and they're all like, they have this look on their face like, oh my God. And I'm like, what the hell are you watching? It's like, you just messed us up. So, hey, before I forget, this show, the cameras are brought to you by The Spoon.
The spoon. Pint?
The Southernmost Pint Brewpub are in charge of the cameras, everybody. And there is a spoon that I was given the other night. So this is a
Pint spoon.
pint spoon. And you could eat your porridge
It's a
out of
brewing
it.
spoon.
And you could, it's one of those things. It's like I can put up here and go, coming to you live from
Ooh, this is a good one.
You can do all kinds of cool things with a spoon. Later on, when the show's over
Plays
and you go home,
baseball.
Tiffany, I'll be like, come on, Michelle. Whop, 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 whop. This spoon right here has a lot of things we can do with it. So even the handle, you could do something with the handle.
Oh.
See, look at the handle. That looks very plush. It's very soft.
Oh.
Oh, the show has gone to hell in a handbasket. It is not even 8:10 yet. So here we are,
I
guys.
moved. Okay, so I just
There's
figured
the
out.
pretty ladies for tonight, everybody.
I moved my own microphone down, so you don't have to deal with moving the desk. There was still
Yeah,
some
because
play.
you never made it up. So
I did too make it up.
No, but look,
all the way
I was able to go down with this because.
Okay, that's what you're supposed to do. When Michelle's
Well-
over there, she's trying to, and you hear this.
Well, I just did it. Did you hear me? No.
She's over there grunting, trying to, and she's like, could you just lower or raise the table? I'm
Well,
like,
that's what we did last week. It's the coolest thing.
oh my God. It's a Friday night. It's crazy. One more week for Michelle and I in this crazy beach town before we hit the road and go north. And we're going to be doing shows from Disneyland or Disney World, not land, the world.
we would have to fly across.
I know, or drive across the damn country. to
I've
do
been
all
there. I've been to all.
I've been
to
to
both
Disney.
Of them.
Well, when I was a kid, I
I have
went to
too. Michelle took me.
Disneyland almost every year.
All right. So
I've been to the one in France too.
So let's do a
been no
great
foreign
big
ones.
shout out to everybody because we got a lot of people that have tuned in.
What?
First of all, I want to give a big shout out, and I have to go back to my text because Bill and Abbott. Bill and Ann Abbott, they sent me a message. I wonder if we're going to be on. I said, yes, said they're on their boat on the beautiful, and I'm going to mess up this name, the Schenectady Lake in upstate New York with all our friends, with
I
the
think
friends
that was pretty close.
bonus, waiting for the sunset, listening to Tiki Man Radio. Thank you so much for listening to us on your sunset on the lake. It looks, they sent me a picture. They got jackets on, so it must be a little chilly on the lake. So I know I didn't do that name of that lake any justice, but
I think you got close.
let me do this. If you're watching us on YouTube, here's my look. Sorry. So back to the ladies. Who else do we got tuned in tonight? Blah, 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 blah. We got Michelle Myers, the ambassador. Thanks for hanging out with us.
yeah.
Monica, the producer. Maureen, Mo is listening in. So James Cohen. Going down the list here. Sean Crawley, hi, I'm listening. Have a good show. We'll be watching NBA final game. And being a former Texan, I hope the Mays win. I think it's
Mavs.
the Mavs. Sorry.
Maze.
Sorry. Hang on, one more time. If you're watching me on cam, I apologize for saying Mays instead of Mavs.
Sorry.
And then, so thank you for listening. And who else we got on here?
That's why Mike's not here tonight.
Why? Oh, he's watching.
He's watching basketball.
Yeah, well, we didn't want him here anyway.
No.
I'm kidding. We walked in, I'm like, we got all this freaking pizza.
Oh.
We're supposed to have Jessica Wachs and somebody coming in here in just a little bit.
They'll eat some pizza.
Maureen wants to know, where did Tiffany live in North Carolina? You didn't live.
I didn't.
Michelle lived
Michelle
in North
was there.
Carolina.
I
Mo.
lived in Carolina. I'm trying to remember. Not Springs Lake. there was lakes and springs just north of Spring Lake, which is just north of Pope Air Force Base and Fayetteville and all of that. So between Fayetteville and Sanford, I would say. A gated community between those two.
Ooh,
A gated community with a
Gated
moat.
golf community between Fayetteville
They had a moat.
and Spring and Sanford.
You have a moat, right?
No moat. We did have a
Moops?
well, I was in Korea. I mean, technically, I still lived there, but we had a sinkhole open up right as the entryway as you came into the thing.
Oops.
So that was kind of
Sinkhole appears.
and also
Damn engineers.
the when I worked at Pope, the main entrance that I used to go into at Pope, there was a big sinkhole there, and you couldn't use that for like several years until they fixed that. I told you about that.
You probably did, and I
You
forgot.
had to go all the way
told
around.
me a
You
lot
had to
of
go all
stuff.
the way around. Like
She told you about her sinkhole on several occasions.
you had to go all the way around into like.
That's what the
You had
spoon
to
is
go
for,
into
everybody.
Fort Bragg
If
and
you're watching on
around
YouTube,
and get
it's
into
a
Pope
spoon.
instead of just going directly into
Oh.
Pope from the side. It was
Drat.
a big deal.
I didn't get close to any of that stuff. I mean, when I was at Pope, I was usually there with airlift stuff, and we were throwing stuff out of the back of C-130s and 141. So
No, but they had some big sinkholes while I was
big
out of town.
sinkholes. Okay, so Bill Abbott, thank you for helping me out with that. He says it's pronounced Skinny Atlas Lake.
Okay.
I would have not
Skinny
got
Atlas.
that out of the way you spelled it initially to me. It didn't look like a Skinny Atlas, but they're on Skinny Atlas Lake. Skinny Atlas Lake. Boy, that's a tongue twister too. Say that 3 times.
Skinny Atlas Lake.
Skinny Atlas Lake. Wow. So, well, I'm glad you guys are listening to us. We appreciate it. Everybody else that tuned in tonight, thank you so very much. Oh, Rich Malik is tuned in too, Rich. So, thanks for hanging out with us. He sent me a message earlier. Want to know if we were on tonight because he thought we were leaving this week. No, we don't leave till the 23rd, and we're going to hang up there in Disney. And
But we'll be on next week too.
we will be on next week.
Well, that week when we're in Disney.
Yes, and thank you, Bill, for tuning in. You and Ann and your friends. I think I hopefully I say it correctly. Vonas, V-O-N-A-S, Vonas, and hope you guys are having a great time out there. Hope the sunset was beautiful because I'm assuming based on what I'm looking out my window, the sunset's probably almost done. So.
Gray.
I know we've had so much.
The last 3 nights have been ridiculously rainy.
Well, let me say this:
But not as bad as the mainland.
the mainland's getting
I'm about to say,
they're getting their rear end handed to
we're
them.
just getting a little rain.
Which reminds me, I hope, I'm hoping that, what happened?
Oh, I just scooted your mat with my foot.
Oh, okay. That's
It's
stupid,
okay.
Matt. I'm hoping Sean Crawley and them are safe up there
Oh,
because
yeah.
they kind of live in that, I think they kind of live in that, Hollywood area or that area where it's all icky and everything's going crazy. So let me see. So Mo says, gotcha on who used to live in North Carolina. And she goes, I thought Tiffany said the same. So she thought maybe you might live
No,
there too.
she's from West Virginia, but
Yeah.
And Michelle Myers says she really likes your pink top.
oh, thank you.
Is that a lily?
It is a little.
Oh, it's a lily. Check
Oh, it's got a
me out.
zebra on it.
It's got all kinds
It's a
of stuff.
zebra.
It's got stuff
She's a walking zoo.
and hearts. I think it was like,
I like
it
it.
was like a Valentine's Day thing.
Well, there's a cheetah.
Cheetah. Hello.
Excellent.
No, I mean she looks great with that thing on. Like I said, she's a walking zoo. So yes, we have been getting our amount of rain going crazy, and hey, I want to let everybody know it's Father's Day weekend.
Faja's Day.
Faja.
My Faja.
I should have pulled that.
Isn't that weird?
I should have pulled that out today. The Faja.
I'm your Faja.
I'm your Faja. Let me see. Rich Malik just sent me a message. I made you and Michelle something. It will be ready to be mailed on Monday. So may I have your address so it gets mailed first thing Monday? Yeah, make sure it gets here before we leave next Sunday. So I'll send you the address, Rich.
And if you don't think it's going to make it, send it to Danny Lynn instead.
Yes, that's a good point.
Great idea.
If you don't think it's going to get to us
By
Friday or Saturday at the latest, we'll give you Danny Lynn's address. And his bank account information. Oh, no, I'm only kidding. Only kidding. I know he's listening. That's why I said that. But we'll definitely give you his address. You can send it there because we'll be there for a bit. And the neat thing is, anybody who ordered the Tiki Man Radio patches, was getting a little concerned because I hadn't seen any movement on them, and I got a hold of the people who were making them, and they said, well, we're going to try and ship them out by, Monday or Tuesday. And I'm like, maybe.
Don't send them here.
So they're all going to be mailed to Danny's house, and then once I get there, I've got all the envelopes that I'm mailing it to people. I've got them all filled out, ready
Or
to go.
some of them you might not need to mail because they'll be there.
Exactly. So we'll have everything ready for everybody. So I just want to let everybody know that we're trying to stay on top of that, and we'll take care of that. So, and of course, Monica, I think she likes your shirt there too, Michelle. So what do you have on, Tiffany? Let's talk about.
I'm wearing my Ashley McBride Tribe shirt.
Oh.
Because I'm a member of the tribe. That's with a Y. And every year you spend $25 to be in the club, but you get a T-shirt. You get a tribe exclusive T-shirt. This is last year's.
Does Taylor Swift do something like that?
Who cares? I ain't no Swiftie.
I am no Swiftie either. Thank you very much. Okay, the two so far.
And then Lainey Wilson's got something. What is that called? I can't remember what hers is, but I got a bandana. Like, I'm going to wear a bandana.
Well, it was funny because we were on this sail trip this past.
Our friend Craig admitted.
Oh my God, and he's like, her song's playing, and he's just kind of like, I gotta put my, he's like, he's just into it.
Shake it off.
I'm just like, what are you? I go, is that Taylor Swift? He goes, oh, I just love her, and I'm like, oh man, I'm just losing my cookies. It's like,
I don't just
seriously. I mean,
that's not
no
my
cup of tea.
Main type of music.
Yes, happy Father's Day to everybody out there.
But she literally made the world shake in Scotland. Was it Scotland or Ireland?
I don't know, somewhere over there.
I saw it on the news. It's like they felt it on the Richter scale.
Yeah, they actually said.
Yeah,
the last
concert.
two concerts
because they were jumping all at once, like 90,000 people.
Yeah.
See, that would scare me because a lot of those out of the country. Well, you guys have been to Europe a lot. That everywhere they perform, those great big places are. Soccer stadiums. Some of them are 100,000 people. Now, they're jumping around going crazy during soccer, which also I'm not a huge fan of. Because you know what I think? Would you like to know my confession? I don't like soccer.
Oh.
As a matter of
wait, you said it too quick. I know we need to build up to it.
Soccer. I don't care if it's the world's number one sport.
I'm not a soccer fan.
And let me tell you why. Because if I want to go somewhere and watch somebody score and it takes them 90 minutes, I'm going to a bar.
Here's what I have a problem with.
Kind of the same thing with baseball.
When these guys,
baseball's way better now.
When these guys get hit and they go down like their leg fell off and they're like, oh, and they're like,
oh, that's like basketball.
Oh my God, I'm like, give me a break.
So
it's like, seriously?
Oh, I got fouled.
I mean, they're so dramatic and
I would rather watch
hockey,
either girls or boys high school basketball. To watch any basketball.
I'll tell you a funny coastal confession.
Preference.
And I don't know if I've said this on the show before or not, but many, many years ago, one of my first assignments being in Germany, and my landlord, he was really cool. I mean, he loved Michael Jackson. He's like, oh, Michael Jackson, he's the coolest.
Your German landlord, right?
And he drove a Ford Mustang. I mean, this guy was like, but he would take me on these walks through the countryside and show me where all these German pillboxes used to be during World War II, because his father was in the SS.
Oh.
And he had an actual book, Mein Kampf, signed by Adolf Hitler.
Signed Mein Kampf. So, yeah.
And I'm like, I would so love to steal that,
I know.
I was like, I want to take this, but I would get caught. My luck.
That needs to be.
Yeah,
in a
how could
museum.
you that I'm sure that's pretty identifiable.
So, yeah.
To Hans and his family. Yeah.
Says, are you Hans? Yeah, I am Hans.
Well, Hans said his book was stolen, so
Meet Franz.
Right.
But anyway, he invites me over. He goes, oh, we're going to watch football. And that's right around the same time as, American football going on. I'm thinking, holy crap.
This is in the 80s. Brian didn't know.
We are going to watch football. And I'm like, and they're going to have this great big dinner and everything. So I get up there, and we have this great big dinner. I mean, there's so much freaking food. And I'm just like eating like there's no tomorrow. And then we get around the TV getting ready to watch football. And they've got this glue vine where they're pouring the wine over this big thing of,
Schnitzel.
sugar or whatever, And
oh my God!
And I'm just like, I'm drinking, all the beer we had for dinner, and now I'm drinking all the stuff, the glue vine stuff.
Oh.
And then he puts on
soccer,
and I'm like, oh, that's soccer. No, football. And I'm like, You got to be freaking kidding me.
Now you got to sit there for 90 minutes at least
Oh, nope, that didn't happen.
to watch somebody score. That's what I'm talking
Because
about.
after eating all that food and drinking that warm wine, Mother Nature kicked in.
Did you take a nap?
No, I had to go to the bathroom so damn bad.
You went down to your apartment in the basement?
I swear, I came up with this. I mean, my stomach was just like gurgle, 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 and I'm like, oh no, oh no.
Uh-oh.
And I know when you're at somebody else's house, you don't want to go in there and
Foul.
create a disaster for crying out loud.
You don't want to foul the
I'm like,
bathroom.
I hope they got spray or something, So I made up this. I go, I have to get up really early in the morning for work. They're like, oh, you can't stay. I'm like, no, I really gotta go. And they're like begging me to stay. Take more food. I'm like, no. And I'm just like, oh, I hope it do not explode right here. I ran downstairs. I
Good thing you didn't fall down the steps.
I was pulling my pants down as I'm walking through the front door just to get to the bathroom.
Michelle's face.
I mean, this is a true story, and I'm like, oh my God. And it's like, it was like the Montezuma's revenge, It's like,
in Germany.
oh, good
Well,
Lord.
you know what happened to Mike once?
True story. I'm
Do
not
you
trying to
want-
make it gross, but I'm like,
Do you want
oh,
a German story? Did he tell you? Did I tell you this already?
No.
If he was here, he'd tell it. This would be his confession. So we went to Oktoberfest for our honeymoon, and we decided to go to Neuschwanstein, in Austria to see the castle.
Yeah.
And so we take this tour, and there's like 30 people on the tour. And we get downstairs because, you start in the middle and you kind of go up a little bit.
Oh, I've been
and
on
then,
that tour.
Okay, well, there's a...
You've told me this story. This is funny. This is funny.
So we get like an hour into it, and Mike's going, uh-oh. What? He was like, I think I got to take a shit. I think I got to... I'm like, what? I said, we're in a castle in Austria on a tour. Well, we had come through like this grand ballroom, and in that hallway, there was a public bathroom. And so he was like, I got to go. You're going to have to tell the tour. They're either waiting or we'll catch up with them. Well, he went in there, and he was in there for a while. And the tour was leaving, and the guide's like, you must come with us. The next tour is behind. Like, no, he's almost finished. It's fine. We'll catch up. We'll be in next room. Da, du hast. Okay. So from then on, we said, it was Mad Ludwig, right? Mad Ludwig's castle. So we have said from 17 years later that Mike took a mad dump in Ludwig's castle.
I can only imagine if you flush a toilet and you hear all the old plumbing.
Like when you do the underground in Seattle,
Yeah.
and they show you the actual original hoppers that have the pull down toilets.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? And I was just hoping he wasn't going to plug up the castle. He was going to plug up the toilet. So Mike Green took a mad dump at Ludwig's.
Oh my God. Yeah. So anyway, that was my event, and I felt so bad, but yeah,
What
soccer.
is it, Brian? I'm telling you, this
Soccer.
show always goes right to shit.
No.
Like every night.
No.
No. So here's what happens. I've decided that when you're amongst friends, the end of the night ends up with stories like this.
It does. Now, Monica goes, we Germans can be very generous. Let me tell you what.
I loved it there.
They put on a hell of a spread. And we had many, many other, dinners and things with them,
We spent 3 weeks.
They take great care of you. And they love kids. I mean, they would like take the kids off and make
Because you had twins.
Oh my God! It was just.
I loved it there.
It was really the coolest thing. And yes, Rich Malik says approximately how many days? Look, if you're going to mail it Monday, I wouldn't trust it getting here, so we'll have it sent to Danny. I'll send you the info on that.
The mail's been terrible lately.
Yeah, it's been brutal. I just got my great big old battery over there. It finally showed up. So. But yeah, anyway, so yes, I love Germany. I mean,
we did too.
To me, when I go there, I can't wait. Michelle and I we're gonna take some time, and go back to Germany and spend weeks over there. Maybe
That's what we did. And when Mike was able to travel, we would book our flight, the beginning and the end, and then we would rent a car and just go somewhere. We would drive for 4, 5, 6 hours, find a place to stay overnight. So we went from, I guess. We went to München and then to Austria, and then we went kind of up around. We went to Innsbruck, which, oh my gosh, is one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in my life. Because we were driving through the Alps at night. So when we got to Innsbruck, it was like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
We stayed at this really cool hotel right downtown. And it was a Best Western, of all things. But over there, Best Western is like, it's very nice. They're very nice.
Yeah.
So that morning when we woke up to walk around I just looked down the street, and right there they were. The prettiest, the most beautiful mountains I've ever seen in my life.
Now it was funny because the little village that we lived in when I was stationed at Ramstein, the little village that we lived in, the kids in the morning would go down to the bus stop to go to school, and right across the street, right in the middle of town, is a farm. And, it'd be 6 o'clock in the morning, 6:30, the kids are waiting for the bus to pick them up, Farmer Hans is out there, stringing up the old pig, and it's like, week, and he's like, and the kids are like, oh my God, what is going on? I'm like, well,
I'll tell you what's going on. Breakfast.
That's farm life, and the kids are like, oh my God, he killed that pig. I'm like, well, that's what happened. How do you think you get sausage?
Breakfast.
Just
don't name it.
I mean, that's, you like schnitzel? There it is. That's step one. So.
Here's another confession.
It was really cool, though. I mean, how living in the.
I can't imagine living there. It would have been so cool.
Yeah, it was just, and the people were really cool.
There was hair.
Ooh.
Well, it's not my hair.
I thought you shaved before you came over.
I did. I need a shave.
It was probably a fuzz.
It was fuzz.
Probably a willy fuzz.
You know what we did while we were in Austria?
What?
We took the tour. The tour.
Which tour?
The hills are alive
my God.
with the sound of music. Mike went on it too.
Joe Fish, they said hey to Michelle and I and you, and is Mike here?
Yeah, we were just talking about Julie Andrews the other day.
Hey, Joe Fish, thanks for the key, and thank you so much for the gift certificate to Kaya. Love it, love it, love it. Love you guys so much.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. All right, we need to get some music. It is Father's Day weekend, and I've got a couple Father's Day songs I'm going to throw at everybody. Actually, I have one later on, too, in this, and I'll highlight it when we do it. But Erica Sunshine Lee sent me one last night, Number One Dad. And if a lot of you have seen me post a picture of little Cece.
Oh, she's so pretty.
Let me tell you what, that's my little goddaughter.
I know.
Little goddaughter.
And let me tell you what, I just sat there yesterday with that little girl in my arms.
That was just yesterday.
Yeah, and I could just sit there all.
Her little sailor outfit.
Yeah, we gave her a little sailor outfit. Although she's gonna get a Conchronaut outfit at some point.
And an Air Force outfit.
Yes, we're gonna hook her up with some really cool
She
stuff.
needs a Star Trek outfit.
Yeah, but Conchronaut's similar. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure Michelle will. Well, Michelle ended up buying her own mittens the other day. Yesterday, right after we got home.
She's scratching her face a lot.
Yeah, they do that.
Well, she's looking at me like, because she's breastfeeding, so I'm holding her, and, she's
looking at
she's
Brian's
like,
boob.
gobba, gobba, gobba. Like, there ain't nothing in there.
She's
so
rooting.
just hold off. Yeah, so, but just holding her. I'm like, oh,
I know.
my God.
You forget how little they are.
Oh, she's tiny.
Her little fingers.
Not
little
tiny like
fingernails.
Brian's kids were tiny.
Oh, my God.
Her
I was
little
just.
tiny, but she's barely 6 pounds, yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I was in awe holding her, and,
Is she wiggly?
No, she was just. But yeah, that's probably close I ever get to having grandkids. But oh my God, little goddaughter, she's just so beautiful.
I love it.
It was so fun holding her. But yeah, so it is Father's Day weekend, and we got some really cool music coming your way. B-Man and Michelle's Coast Confessions. Let's get some more music. You've heard enough of us ranting and raving and making our comments. If you got something funny you want to let us know, please tell us. We'd love to hear from you. If you got a confession, let me know. And I think let's get to the music, a little
rock and roll.
Rock and roll, man. A little bit of Erica Sunshine Lee, Number One Dad. Which Michelle, first thing she said was, reminded her of that Seinfeld. What was it?
Mandelbaum.
Guys, thanks for hanging out with us on a Friday night.
You taught me how to wait on a change-up, always keep my eye on the ball. How to work hard and never give up. Anything I do, give my all. You gave me the color of my bright eyes, the stubborn in my DNA. You know I've always been a daddy's girl, and my name's the only thing that'll change. I was your daughter long before I was his bride, and I've never seen you cry until tonight. Dear number one dad, you're the best I could have ever had. The smiles, the love, the laughs, the hugs, no matter what, you've had my back. And even on my wedding day, though you're giving me away, no one else could compete with that. 'Cause you'll always be my number one dad. For him it might have taken a minute, but for you it was love at first sight. From my first heartbeat to my heartbreaks, you stood right by my side. Somehow you always know how to fix anything and everything that breaks. And even when my world seems shattered, you know all the right words to say. You're a tough act to follow, in case you didn't know. You're my rock and my superhero. Dear number one dad, you're the best I could have ever had. The smiles, the love, the laughs, the hugs, no matter what, you've had my back. And even on my wedding day, though you're giving me away, no one else could compete with that. 'Cause you'll always be my number one dad. I'm grateful for your strength and the faith you have in the Father. Instead of losing me, you're adding to the tree. I'm so lucky to be your daughter. Dear number one dad, you're the best I could have ever had. The smiles, the love, the laughs, the hugs, no matter what, you've had my back. And even on my wedding day, though you're giving me away, no one else could compete with that. 'Cause you'll always be my number one. Looking back, we've had so much fun. Yeah, you'll always be my number one dad.
We're sailing with all our friends, and what's your favorite radio station?
Tiki Man Radio!
Take Tiki Man Radio with you, no matter where you go. Listen to us live on the internet at www.tikimanradio.com or download the free app on your Android or Apple phones. Tiki Man Radio, your coastal Americana radio station. What could possibly go wrong?
Hey Tiki Man Radio listeners, this is Rich from Hopewell, Ohio, and I love watching Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle every Friday from 8 to 10 on YouTube. You can watch, just subscribe to Tiki Man Radio on YouTube and join the fun. What could possibly go wrong?
Hey, this is the original hippie chick, and you're listening to Coastal Confessions on Tiki Man Radio. And every Friday night, I like to call in and spill the beans.
Hey, everybody, welcome to B-Man and Michelle's Coastal Confessions on a Friday night. Right here, coming to you live from where?
The Beachy Shell
The
Hideaway?
Beachy Shell Hideaway.
In the Beachy Shell what?
Hideaway.
Studios.
Studios. Well, we're inside the hideaway. We're hidden way back.
We're hidden way back here. I sent Jessica a message. I'm like, are you coming? What are you doing? So
That's me and my dad. We're feeding the pit.
So we got some pictures going on here. Michelle was, okay, I don't know if you can see this. If you're on YouTube, you can see this. Michelle had a picture of her dad. Where is this at, Michelle?
Where? Let me see.
Well, we're on the beach.
San Diego.
I'm guessing either San Diego or Long Beach.
1967 San Diego. That's a kind of a cute one right there. Yeah, it says on the back. I should have read it. So I'm asking you. So, yeah, that's you and your dad. You know, when he was in the Navy, you guys are probably out there for his Navy thing, right?
Yeah, well, we used to, he had 2-week tours. Yeah, because he was a reservist, but yeah, he was a World War II vet.
And before we go any further, this portion of Coastal Confessions brought to you by the Southernmost Pint Brewpub, 522 Front Street, right here. You too can check out the cool spoon that I got from them the other day. Look at that.
I was there.
It even goes over my face. If you're on YouTube watching, look at this. So there you go. My cool spoon. I was just spooning the camera.
That's Key West.
It's Key West. I was spooning the camera. So I'm glad everybody's having a good time tonight. And we've had a lot of rain lately. Last night, it was like, yesterday I got up, beautiful out. Got my walk in, did what I had to do.
Yesterday was nice.
Got home, did some things. I'm in the kitchen. I rolled 109 tamales last night. And I thought, well, I'm going to take out the trash. And it was about a little after 8.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't going outside. Rain came down. It was just...
Ain't happening.
And we could hear the thunder for a good hour and a half, even before the rain got here. You could hear, I asked Michelle, I'm like...
Well, the first
was
big
that thunder?
Lightning we saw, I was like, it was about 20 miles out. I'm like, counting the seconds, it's 5,
right.
10. It's like, it's about 20 miles out right now. So.
Yeah, it was crazy. So, yeah. But you know what? I have to say this. We haven't had any leaks. I'm always looking for leaks.
So are we.
You just never know.
In the RV, too. But we haven't checked that lately.
I had some leaks in some of the compartments.
Yeah, but not in the main.
Not in the main. No, the main, everything inside was dry, and so now I just need
some insulation.
I bought some insulation for the compartments. I'm going to try and fix that all up and everything. But yeah, I was like, okay, we lucked out.
If it's dry when we get it up to Disney, only to open those and air them out. So
we do. Eric and Sunshine Lead, #1 Dad. That was a really cool song. I'm glad she sent that to me. And of course, when she sent it to me last night, I sent her a picture of Cece. I said, this is perfect timing.
Yay.
It was so cute. And then, of course, Paul Simon's Father and Daughter, and I love that song. That's a really good song. So let me see. Mo says, either that's a large spoon or you have a small face. Yes, it is a...
That is Tad's... I think it was some kind of stirring spoon for his hops or something.
It was a stirring spoon. And we're sitting there...
We decided wood wasn't the best...
Wednesday.
We met Tiffani Green down Wednesday at the Pint. And we haven't been down there in a while, so we're down there hanging out with them for a little bit. And Tad was having fun with us. And he's like, here. That's yours. And I'm like, well, what the hell am I going to do with this thing?
Well, it's not every day somebody gives you a spoon.
Giant spoon.
No.
A big spoon.
And I'm probably the only one that can say I got spooned by the Southernmost Pint Brewpub. So, yes, I thought it was pretty cool. So I said, you know what? I might even try and get this engraved, on the back of it. And
the pint.
Yeah.
The spoon.
I mean, maybe put like a little hole here. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. There's a lot of things I can do with that spoon. Some I can talk about, some I can't. So we'll just keep the some I can't to myself. And maybe there'll be a confession out of it or something.
Yes!
I'm only kidding.
So what'd you do with the spoon, Brian? I'm not telling.
I'm not telling.
Till next week. Stay tuned.
Why is there a notch missing? Oh, I don't know.
Stay tuned. Stay spooned.
Yeah, stay tuned. Stay
Get spooned. Get spooned.
Get spooned. Yeah, there you go. But so yeah, a lot of crazy weather going on. I feel sorry for everybody up there in Miami and that area. My God, just watching the pictures.
It was a wide path of. I mean, it was definitely a lot of.
And it ain't done yet.
No.
The
one coming through. They all look alike. They come through here and they go right between like Tampa.
Yeah.
And Miami. They just cross over Florida.
Well, I think what's happening here is we're getting that transition from what La Nina to
El Nino's coming.
Yeah, so we're getting that transition of these two cycles, and I think that not that I'm a meteorologist.
I don't know that people realize that down here the trade winds change directions.
Yeah,
and I can tell you they've already changed because when I blow the leaves off my porch, I usually blow them all the way to the end of Southern at Elizabeth.
Yeah.
So I take my leaves and I do the sidewalk and I do my neighbor Claire. Because if I'm going to do mine, I'm going to get them, go all the way to the end of the street. So
Yeah.
I go all the way to the corner. And when I go that way, the wind is helping me go that way. I don't know what direction that is from my house to the corner of Elizabeth. I'll have to look at a map.
Western, northern.
Yeah. Well, when we got back and I started trying to blow the leaves to the corner, they kept coming back to me. So now the wind is blowing towards William.
It's interesting because the I don't know, is it a theory or I guess, the old tale here is when most of the airplanes, when they leave out of Key West, take off north.
Mm-hmm.
Well, north, I think that's west, isn't it?
Yes. Northwest, absolutely.
And when they go the opposite direction,
which they were doing last night,
the old adage is that's where we're getting bad weather. Because the winds have shifted, and I didn't think about that my first couple of years when we lived down here, but after we moved here and I kept hearing that, I'm like, that makes sense, because when the airplanes go the opposite direction, where they're heading
northeast,
they're heading away from the weather.
Yeah, the wind is shifted, and I'm just like, okay, that makes sense.
I just realized it when I was trying to blow the leaves off the sidewalk and be a good neighbor and keep the sidewalk clean.
I've never gotten so backwards living someplace. I mean, I'm usually pretty good with direction.
I tell him up or down, and he's like, what? And I'm like, northish or southish. I mean, it's not directly north, like Duval and all that, but it's like, but that way's north-ish.
It is.
This way's south-ish, and so.
So if I'm going towards Duval, that would be
westish.
Westish.
Yeah.
So now the winds are blowing eastish. Westish. They're blowing westish now.
You know what? I'm as we're sitting here talking about this, I wish I had one of the little buttons that went just in. I've got to some.
You need to get that one.
We got to work on some of that kind of stuff.
You should get that one and the one. Hi ho. Kermit the Frog. Hi ho. This is Kermit the Frog here, reporting to you live from.
That's a good one too. But the reason why I say that is Rich Malik says he has a confession.
Oh.
I'm going to read it to everybody.
Here we go.
Hey, first of all, Callie McCool's on.
Hi.
Hey, Kelly and kids.
Sorry, Callie, I said a dirty word earlier. You'll have to bleep that out.
Well, the kids are on hiatus right now. It's summer break. So I can't wait till they come back too, because his kids always come up with some really cool stuff. But Callie says nothing like spooning a half pint. Walk, walk, walk.
That sounds a little weird.
Okay, I know I got something in there for
Little
that
House
one.
on the Prairie.
So there we go. There we go. Thank you, Callie. So anyway, Rich, his confession.
Here
Tomorrow, is everybody ready? Right, here we go. All right. His confession is tomorrow I will be meeting a Navy girl I met 33 years ago.
Wow.
She was stationed at Bahrain. I was forward deployed to Bahrain.
Bahrain?
From Tehran after the Gulf War ended.
Bahrain.
There's a song that Tom Shepard came up with, Sand in My Shoes.
Oh.
So,
I thought you were talking about a
Djibouti.
Oh, yeah, I should play Djibouti. There you go. Jessica says she'll be here sometime after 9, so there we go. So we got her coming in, well, probably here in just a little bit. But, yeah, so you got inquiring minds want to know, Rich, how does it go when you two meet? 33 years ago.
Wow.
That's a long time ago.
That's pretty cool, man.
I guess my question is she from Ohio? Is she out there in Ohio? Is she visiting? Is
she Bahrainian?
Is she Bahrainian?
I don't know what.
Bahrainian?
Bahrainian.
Is that right? No, it'd be Saudi Arabian.
Saudi, yes.
Saudi, yeah. Bahrainian?
Uh-oh. Are we getting information? Is information?
That was Jessica saying she'll be here about 9:15. So I tell her, I just rolled out the red carpet. I've got all the security people lined up. So when she comes in, we've got her, she's good. So
just make sure, just make sure you show them your ID at the door.
Yes. And you're expected to eat pizza because I can't have all this extra pizza.
Pizza.
That's right. Someone needs to eat this pizza. Let me see. Who else is turning? Jeff Lang is on wind shift regularly, but never seemed to be expected when it happens. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of crazy sometimes how the weather down here does what it does, and it just.
But do you remember? And I know. Do you remember? 21st of September.
Oh my shit.
So, yeah. So, but the winter, and I say winter very loosely when we're here. Winter is winter in Key West. But there were more 55 to 60 degree days this winter than we've ever had.
We did have some cold days.
We were here 3 months. And there was 1, maybe 2 days above 80 degrees.
There was some very chilly days we had this year. And I'm surprised, especially, I guess I'm surprised how quickly the water warmed up.
Yeah.
Because we did have, I guess, I don't know if you want to say it was unseasonably.
It was chilly
cool.
for here.
We had some really cool weather. And like Michelle said, it was nice. It was nice having that. It's a nice change for us down here because... Let me tell you what, when it made that shift from that nice cool weather to what we got now, I mean, it was like a smack in the face. I mean, even lately, I'm like, my God, the humidity has just been brutal.
The humidity has been very high.
Yeah. And I like humidity.
I love the heat. I love it, but the humidity, especially right before it rains. I don't know if you were out today. I took Omni for a walk about 5:30.
Yeah.
Of course, it hasn't rained yet. But we just walked our one little block, and I was dripping, and Omni's going.
Yeah, no, it was hot. I'm trying
if they don't know he's a Frenchie, he makes those noises when he's hot.
I think that was one reason why I didn't plog today. I didn't have the feel for plogging today. I woke up and I'm just like, I don't have it in me to go out there, and I was kind of tired. Everything we've been doing, so I did not. So, Rich said she's from Lauren, Ohio, living in Indiana.
All right.
She is going to Marion, Ohio for a funeral. Hey, I'm from Marion, Ohio.
Marion, that's where you're?
That's where I'm from. What? So, she was the one who suggested we meet. Well, good. I hope it goes good for you.
Me
Tell her
too.
I'm from Marion. I wonder who passed away up there. I wonder if I know the person who passed away.
She's related to any.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, y'all might be cousins.
The cousins.
Might be kin.
We could be kin. You know what? It's one of those things. I had some good-looking cousins back in the day. I was like, how many removed can it be okay if I dated a cousin? It's like
4.
4. Okay. Well, I know that now. Well,
I don't know that for a fact. I think it's 3 in a generation.
Actually, there's a lot of states where it's actually okay to marry and or date your first cousin.
Hey, didn't Great Balls of Fire? God, I can't think of his name.
He married a cousin.
Yeah.
Yes. He was married to his first cousin.
And she was 12.
Yeah.
12 or 13? 12?
Something like
Very
that.
young.
All right. Well, even 13's young for crying out loud, so I don't even know why he said 12, 13. Okay. Jeff Lang says, island thing. St. Thomas Assembly usually has west wind.
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Thing goes east. Yes, Jerry J. And then airplanes have to take off going towards the mountains instead of the ocean. Yeah, it gets kind of crazy. Hey, I'm going to do something a little different tonight. I pulled this up the other day, and I'm trying to figure out why this happened. But I saw something, and I'm like, well, crap. Let's do something different on the show. Music history for June 14th.
All right.
Today's June 14th, right?
Yes, it is.
All right. In 1923, Fiddlin' Joe Carson recorded the little old log cabin in the lane. Boy, that's a mouthful.
Wow. No.
I need an iPad.
Sure hope
I will say right now, no freaking idea.
I'm hoping it didn't have words.
Hell, I need an iPad just to be able to sing that song. Little old log cabin in the lane.
No.
1953. A little one for the money. Elvis Presley graduated from L.C. Humes High School in Memphis. All right. 1961. Patsy Cline sustained serious head injuries and a fractured hip in a car accident in Madison, Tennessee.
Wow.
A lot of this has happened in Tennessee. I don't know if we want to go to Tennessee or not. 1965.
My birthday.
Paul McCartney recorded the song Yesterday. All my troubles seem so far away.
Just him or the Beatles? Or just him alone?
Well, it says Paul McCartney, so I'm assuming it was the Beatles still at the time. So, 69, Mick Taylor was introduced as the new guitarist for the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
See, this is what...
That's cool.
I'm educating you people tonight. I want you guys to pay attention to this stuff. Yeah, before I go any further, Joe Fish says, we didn't see you in the plugging picks today. Yeah, because I didn't go.
You didn't go.
I just was not feeling it this morning, and can't help it. Jeff Lang says, when you marry a cousin, then get divorced, are you still family?
Yep. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah. 1970, Grand Funk Railroad spent $100,000 for a block-long billboard in New York's Times Square to advertise their album, Closer to Home. That's interesting. 1970, Derek and the Dominoes made their live debut in London. 1970, a lot happened in the 70s. Grateful Dead released their Working Man's Dead LP. 71 in London, the first Hard Rock Cafe opened.
I've been there.
Woohoo! 79, a No Nukes concert took place in the Hollywood Bowl in Los Angeles, California. The acts included Bruce Springsteen, Bonnie Raitt, Jackson Browne, Stephen Stills, and more. I don't remember that concert, but then that was 1979.
79. You're like getting ready to graduate.
1980, the movie Roadie starring Meatloaf debuted. I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
Did it really exist?
I don't know.
Or is it like that Shazam movie that they're saying doesn't?
What Shazam movie?
See?
Oh, you got me on that one. 1982, the Pretenders. Pretenders, I need another drink. The Pretenders fired Pete Farden.
For farting?
For farting. I don't know.
Pete Harden for Varden.
I don't know. 1988, the Fat Boys filed a $5 million lawsuit against Miller Beer and Joe Piscopo for using their likeness in a Miller Lite Rappin' Fats Piscopo commercial.
Joe Piscopo's something else.
He was cool. I like Joe Piscopo. He was pretty funny. Let me see here. 1995, Michael Jackson appeared on TV with his wife Lisa Marie Presley in a live interview with Diane Sawyer.
Remember that?
I do remember that, and to this day, I'm still figuring out what the hell was Lisa Marie Presley thinking. There's a lot of weirdness going on with the Presley thing. You know, if you read recently about what's going on over there
with Graceland?
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell? 2002, Lubbock, Texas, a power failure ended a Britney Spears concert after only 2 songs.
Thank God.
And Country Joe is out behind the old stadium with a pair of wire clippers going, yep.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. And then, of course, in 2016, Kiss Rocks Vegas was released on pay-per-view. That's your music history for June 14th, everybody.
Excellent.
Hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to start coming up with some more of these because I thought they were kind of interesting. I got readings. I'm like, I didn't know some of this stuff.
So all these things happened on June 14th
of each of the different years I talked about. 1923, 53, 79, 80, 82. So
cool.
I thought that was kind of interesting. So there we go. I feel like Johnny Carson.
Actually, I was thinking more. Good day on this day.
Oh yeah, Paul Harvey.
Paul Harvey.
Good day.
Paul Harvey.
And now for the rest of the story.
Now for the rest of the story. 2016, Kiss Rocks Vegas
Page
was released.
4.
Pay-per-view. That's all I got to say.
About that.
Good day.
And that would be switch over to Forrest Gump, and that's all I got to say about
all
that.
I got to say about that right there. So, I liked Forrest Gump. I thought he was
It's a
pretty
great
cool.
movie. I've seen it many times.
That's probably one of the movies I've seen the most.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because if it comes on TV,
I'll
actually watch it.
Oh yeah, it's on
commercials and all.
Yeah.
Nice.
James Cohen, thank you. All right, I knew we were going to get a little bit of. Oh my God. Okay, James Cohen just posted on YouTube. He goes, 54 BC, June 14, 54 BC. Keith Richards plays a concert in the Coliseum in Rome for Julius Caesar.
Yay, Keith Richards.
Oh man, James, man, you are awesome, dude. That was a good one.
Hail Richards.
That was a good one. On that note, we're going to get to some more music.
That's fabulous.
And then
wait for Jessica to show up?
Well, we got Jessica showing up here pretty soon, and Lord knows what else is going to come up.
Look, here's what's wrong.
There's a hiney.
Oh yeah, you got a
hiney.
a broken hiney or something there. I don't know.
Do you remember Grab a Hiney?
Grab a hiney?
Those commercials from the late 80s, early 90s?
Well, that would have been June 15th.
Yes.
Grab a hiney. So that's what
Grab a Heine. You couldn't have that commercial now, but it was great. Great marketing.
Oh, James, man, that was a bomb. That was perfect. So thank you so much for adding that. Let's get to some more music, and we'll see what happens next on the next break, man. It's 9 o'clock already. I don't even know what the temperature is. It's not raining yet. And,
Still hot.
and of course,
it's 81.
A1A out here. There's hardly anybody on the road. So I don't. Do we have a traffic update?
It's supposed to rain. It says it's 81 and partly cloudy. Feels like 87 degrees.
Oh.
Chance of late night showers. Lows overnight in the low 80s.
And with your A1A traffic, Michelle.
Bicycles with no lights on. Keep an eye out for them. There you go.
All right, there. We're all caught up with the news. We're caught up with the weather.
I do. I hear this just in. The triangle is still busy.
The helicopter didn't go over there.
Oh.
It's all right. All right, everybody. Hope you're having a good time with us tonight. Brooke Graham, Me Time, right here on B-Man Michelle's Coastal Confessions, coming to you live from the Beach Shell Studios on Tiki Man Radio.
Rolling down a midnight highway, wishing you were sitting beside me, but you ain't. Half-smoked joint snuffed out in my ashtray. That ought to get me to port, eh? I only think about it when I'm high on red wine. The rest of the day I seem to be just fine. Gonna head down to the coastline and have a little me time. I dare that tide to reach my chair. I don't even want nobody knowing I'm down here. I came to free my mind and have a little me time. Invite that sand between my toes, maybe get a little sunburn on my nose. Chill out, we'll see how it goes. Hanging with the Gulf of Mexico. Troubles in the sand today and smiled as the tide washed them all away. I dare that tide to reach my chair, ended up being my best friend down there. Headed home, my mind's all clear. Port AC you next year.
On that Gulf Coast, so grab a margarita and let's make a toast. Oh yeah. I'm landlocked, counting down the seconds till top. Boss is in a mood, he won't stop giving orders. Thinks he's got me cornered, but he don't know in my mind that I'm floating down in Florida. 'Cause everything is beachy on that Gulf Coast. So grab a margarita and let's make a toast to the sun and the sand, shades in our hand. Yeah. We're getting down with the tiki bar band. Everything is beachy go. Yeah, let's go.
My pickup,
It's stocked and fully loaded. I got just enough
to finally get me going.
out of Tennessee and coasting down the interstate. I'ma stop and pick up something sweet in Georgia along the way. 'Cause everything is beachy on that Gold Coast. Grab a margarita and let's make a toast to the sun and the sand, shades in our hand. We're getting down with that tiki vibe band. 'Cause everything is beachy on that Gold Coast. So let's go. Oh, let's go.
Well, there ain't nobody here but us chickens, said the rooster to the hen. No, there ain't nobody here but us chickens. Think I'm gonna have to crack that thing again. I'm searching all around this barnyard, looking for that one special hen. When she came and went without a hen, I'm like a dog I'm on her scent. I know she's close enough to hear me say that there ain't nobody here but us chickens, said the rooster to the hen. No, there ain't nobody here but us chickens. Think I'm gonna have to crack that egg again. I'm searching high and low through this yard, like a chicken that just lost his head. When she was this tear, she called me dear, but now she's up and disappeared. But I know she's close enough to hear me say that there ain't nobody here but us chickens, said the rooster to the hen. No, there ain't nobody here but us chickens. Think I'm gonna have to crack that egg again. Well, I know I'm no spring chicken, 'cause in that last fight I took a real good licking. Well, I ain't too old and I can't go. I'm here to rock and I'm a man to roll, and I know she's close enough to hear me say that there ain't nobody here but us chickens, said the rooster to the hen. No, there ain't nobody here but us chickens. Think I'm gonna have to crack that egg again. No, there ain't nobody here but us chickens. Bark, 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 said the rooster to the hen. No, there ain't nobody here but us chickens. Think I'm gonna have to crack that egg. Yes, I'm gonna have to crack that egg. Think I'm gonna have to crack that egg again.
And this is where somebody come in and plays.
Well, there ain't nobody here but us chickens, said the rooster to the hen.
The Key West verse. 2, ready, and a little slice of heaven, one human family. Oh, a little slice of heaven, one human family. Till you park in my spot, then it's goddamn zombie. Get out. Take it down. I'm calling the cops. Misery.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Woo. Tiffani Green in the studio.
Man, you crushed it.
Hey, this is B-Man, and you're listening to Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle right here on Tiki Man Radio. And coming at you with some brand new music. Enjoy.
Hey, this is Beth from Nailtini. Do you ever feel like getting your nails and hair done before vacation is a chore? Why not enhance your vacay experience by visiting us at Nailtini, 817 Duval? Our perfect petties will make your feet look fabulous in those flip-flops. Or maybe you want a beautiful blow-dry and style for your night on the town. Men's haircuts, facials, and waxing? We do that too. We live up to our name and serve you a martini or a drink of your choice during your service. Now, back to B-Man and Michelle on Tiki Man Radio, your coastal Americana radio.
Coming to you live from the Beachy Shell studio in Key West, Florida. You're listening to Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle.
Hey, B-Man Michelle, right here, Coastal Confessions on Tiki Man Radio, coming to you live from the Beach Shell Studios here in Key West. And I'm telling you what, folks, we got a lot of stuff going on tonight. We just got Jessica Wachs in here, and I forget, what was your name? Amelia, she just popped in here. We're going to get them on the radio here in a minute. I'm going to get to some more music real quick while we get them all situated and settled and get them on. Let me get to the camera here. There we go. Blah, 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 blah. A lot going on tonight, so here we go. We're spooning on camera tonight, so right there. It's the Southernmost Pint Brewpub. These folks are our sponsors for the cameras right here at the Beachy Shell Studios. Lots of cool stuff. I want a big shout out to the folks out at Nailtini. I'm taking them a whole bunch of tamales down there tomorrow so that those guys can have some fun with it. And, of course, IV Hydration Station. Those guys take care of us, give us some B12 shots, and we have a good time with them. So we've got a lot going on here in the studio. Let me see. Anybody else have commented? Let me see. Rich said we need to do a drone operator to do flybys for the traffic pattern here because we gave you guys an up-to-date on all the traffic we got going on in Key West, which was nothing. Weather report still looking good. We haven't flooded yet, although we are surrounded by water, just so everybody knows. And I got another. This is another funny coastal confession. So if you're still hanging out with us, this is on my mom. All right. So this next song is gonna go way back in the archives, early 70s. My mom used to date the drummer in this band, and the funny thing about it is, I remember watching these guys on this is Cincinnati, Ohio. Bob Braun show way back in the day. as a kid. My mom would be sitting there ironing, and next thing you know, Bob Braun's on, and these guys were on there. I can remember my mom going, I used to date that drummer right there. And when you hear this song, you guys are going to flip because it goes way back. And I'm not even going to tell you what the song is. You're going to figure it out. And then I got some Loud Love It coming back at you. And then right after that, I have a special song for Ed and Pat if they're listening, because it is Father's Day weekend, and we have a little song for them. So, guys, as soon as we come back from that, we're going to get Jessica on the radio, and everybody else, we're just going to have a good time. So, hope you're having fun. Here is a blast from the past, and my mom used to date the drummer.
I saw Billy waiting to go and join the line. And with her head upon his shoulder, his young and lovely fiancée. From where I stood, I saw she was crying, and through her tears I heard her say, Billy, don't be a hero, don't be a fool with your life. Billy, don't be a hero, come back and make me your wife. And as he started to go, she said, Billy, keep your head low. Billy, don't be a hero, come back to me. The soldier blues were trapped on a hillside, the battle raging all around. The sergeant cried, we've got to hang on, boys. We got to hold this piece of ground. I need a volunteer to ride up and bring us back some extra men. And Billy's hand was up in a moment, forgetting all the words she said. She said, Billy, don't be a hero, don't be a fool with your life. Billy, don't be a hero, come back and make me your wife. And as it started to go, she said, Billy, keep your head low. Billy, don't be a hero, come back to me. I heard his fiancée got a letter that told how Billy died that day. The letter said that he was a hero. She should be proud he died that way. I heard she threw the letter away. She hates my mama, she hates my daddy too. She loves to tell me she hates the things I do. She loves to lie beside me almost every night. Well, she's no lady, she's my wife. The preacher asked her, and she said, I do. The preacher asked me, and she said, yes, he does too. The preacher said, I pronounce you 99 to life. Son, she's no lady, she's your wife. And I can't remember
thought that I just couldn't live without a woman's charm. And even though she loves the smell of French perfume, and even though she walks around in high heel shoes, well, all I know is I'm the one who pays her price. Man, she's no lady, she's my way. That I just couldn't live without a woman's charm. Yes, she hates my mama, she hates my daddy too. She loves to tell me how much she hates the things I do. She loves to lie beside me almost every night. Well, she's no lady, she's my way. She's no lady, she's my way.
Hey, this is Ed the Train Man.
Hi, this is Pat the Pitcher Girl. Come get on the Peace Train with Ed the Train Man every Monday from 6 to 8 Eastern Island Time. That's 5 to 7 Central Island Time.
So grab a bottle of reggae wine and come join us for our Monday night party. Live from the Paradise Way Studios in Crown Point, Indiana. Right here on Tiki Man Radio.
It could be, someday it's going to come. 'Cause out on the edge of darkness, there rides the peace train. Oh, peace train, take this.
Ed and Pat were sweethearts at a beach college on Lake Michigan. A year later they were married, not much money, but living on love. They started a family in a small country home. They raised 2 boys, but always yearned for a baby girl. They call her Darling Bud, Daddy's little girl. Lovely rosebud, beautiful and strong-willed. She grew up tough with 2 big brothers, and Daddy was always her rock. His wisdom helped guide her, they'll cherish those memories. Now it's time for her to go to build her own family. And her heart glows 'cause she'll always know he'll be her rock, a hero to her.
Hey, you guys, this is violinist and singer-songwriter Emily Randall, and I love spending my Friday nights listening to Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle on Tiki Man Radio. Now back to B-Man and Michelle.
Thank you very much, Emily Randall. B-Man and Michelle coming to you live from the Beachy Shell Studios here in Key West. We've got a full studio. Let me get the other camera on here. I've got to just do a little bit of moving around. There we go. Black magic. Lots happening tonight. I can't keep up. I'm just
so
one of
much.
those things. There is the list of people. Let me turn this camera around just a little bit so we can get. Yeah, look at that.
I am human.
There
I'm
we
not
go. There's the
dancer.
lovely lady. So, Jessica Hannah right here, everybody.
This is a radio show, so I wore no makeup, and now there's a camera.
That's what we do.
I love it.
Do you know what I always said before the camera showed up? I'm like, I have the perfect face for radio.
Yeah.
Now, not so much.
Now it's a perfect face for YouTube.
Yep.
Tiffani Green, and I forget your name again.
Amelia.
Amelia, and you got to get in that mic.
Hi, sorry.
You got
Don't be sorry.
You got to kiss that mic like you love that mic. And hey, that last song, Darling Bud, B-Man and Michelle, along with Adrian Z. So that was of course, it's Father's Day, and we did that song for Ed and Pat.
Yay.
It was their daughter
Yeah.
Ashley was getting married, and there was a little story behind that. They always called her Darling Bud. So Pat and Ashley got with Michelle and I, and the cool thing about all that was he didn't know it was coming until it was the daddy-daughter dance at the wedding.
I lost it.
And then they played this, and yes, it was...
You know, I've had 2 weddings, and I didn't daddy-daughter dance either one of them.
No?
No, we didn't do a whole lot of that. I know. I didn't.
I
mean, my dad walked me down the aisle twice.
I think my daughter
But
and
he's
I
probably
did. I don't
really
know.
hoping to get rid of me the first time.
How fast was his pace each time? Let's reflect upon this.
The first time he was skipping.
Yes. The second time he was dragging you.
Yeah.
As a reminder, the show is brought to you, these live cams from the Southernmost Pint Brewpub right here in Key West,
I love
522
them.
Front Street. And that is my little reminder to do that. I think this is pretty cool. It was given to me. I'll never... I sleep with this thing. It's like...
They're a huge part of our show, too.
We spoon together.
Oh, look how cute that is. How cute is that?
So, Jessica, we haven't had you on the show in quite a long time.
No, I'm more of a fork kind of girl. I've been avoiding you.
And quite honestly, you've got a whole lot of stuff going on.
Yes, I do.
What is happening?
Oh, my gosh. Let's begin with the most relevant one.
First of all, before you go, you have Rumble Productions here in Key West.
I do. It is
Okay.
now here. It is blossoming and blooming. The team is growing, and we are getting sponsors like rain, and it's just amazing and humbling and just so fun having the team build as
Very
quickly as it
cool.
is.
I'm loving it.
Yeah. And so we're here. We are here to stay. We want Key West to be Rumble's home base, and from here we will do all of our big things like pitching shows at Hollywood, and we want to get off-Broadway stuff going. Those are the big dreams down the road, but the first and foremost thing is we want to support the local community and start becoming the highest paying and most artist-friendly organization possible in this town.
Cool. Very cool. So let me back up here. You started off with doing the vocal thing.
Yeah, the vocal lab.
And are you still doing that, or is...
I am. Just because this show is coming up, I'm not doing the vocal lab at this moment. I have some students who are still on, but now I'm reading a text too. I want to see what they're saying. You know that there's a camera and we are all watching you pass notes.
No, so my husband just texted me, and I just want to make sure he was okay. That's all.
Oh.
And he said, Westish? And I went, what? He said, that was your radio word of the evening. Because I said the wind was going west. Wait, how do we go from my house to Duval? It's west-ish.
West-ish.
Sorry,
fun.
go ahead.
Well, that's good. Mike's listening in.
I have to
I
make
love
sure
it.
he's all right.
Hi,
but, you know.
Mike.
Hello,
no, I loved
Mike.
it. I'm ADD, so I will find any sparkly thing to start talking
Sorry,
about.
squirrels just happened.
There's so many squirrels and more iguanas around these parts. Pizza! I know, I forgot. I was saving that from a big climactic distraction. What was the question?
So you're doing the vocal lab.
Oh, yeah, we did do the vocal lab in this town. It was wonderful. We're almost at 100 students now. And
Very cool.
We did just have another showcase in late March. It was at the Key West Little Room Jazz Club.
Okay.
And that was cool. So we're upgrading it. We're going to have the Vocal Lab 2.0 because we've had so many people take it so many times that I've taken time to make a whole new batch of content and really find other cool things to explore. But I love it. It's still my favorite workshop I've taught, and I've met some of my favorite people. Half of them in my cast right now for This Blows were people who went through the vocal lab, so it's really cool seeing them in a new setting.
Oh my God! Well, I'm happy that has blossomed to where it's at today.
Yeah.
What else do you have going on? I just saw something, and I'm going to kind of like try and squeeze all this stuff out of you, but I just saw something, I think today. I don't know if you sent it to me or if I saw it on Facebook. You're getting ready to do a production where you're looking for.
Oh, yeah. Oh, all right. I'll go in that direction.
Which one's that one?
We got a show opening next week, but there's still just a little bit of time to write some more things. She's my castmate over there. She's like, no, stop changing things.
Stop.
So we have been involving the audience and the community like big time. First, we have a lot of sponsors like Southernmost Pint who paid to be a part of the show. And the show is written where it's taking place at these locations. It's involving these people. They're part of the magic with us, and they get to watch themselves be theatricized. But we also are looking for people to, there's a couple other things. Another one is we're trying to get people to share their housing crisis stories, because I am writing a little operetta about the housing crisis, and we're going to involve everyone's stories and bring their pieces to life. And then the last one is very new, and everyone is welcome to do it.
Be like, higher rental, Figaro.
Yeah, higher. Actually, we literally have rental a lot of say about that. Let me just say, higher rental, Figaro. Just make it go. Oh my God, that'd be so funny. But yeah, so we're also asking people if they want to be involved. There is a big fun. I'm not going to twist and share the ending too soon, but at the very end, there is a moment where everyone in the community can have their face as a part of a video. And it is going to be lots of fun where you're pretty much put in a hero spotlight.
Right.
And so you can show up, you can do it for free, put your business under your name underneath so we see who you are and you're involved, which is lots of fun. But it's going to be like a big conglomeration of faces all edited together in a video by Chad Newman, and you play a very instrumental part of our storyline.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So that's... You got the vocal lab. What you just explained. You got that. What else is going on? I mean, I see all kinds of stuff that you're doing out there.
We just we got some feedback for some hard work, which is really nice. Every now and then, it's nice to see that, like, oh, it's working.
Yeah.
We just heard back from the Key West Food and Wine Festival that they won 4 awards for Best Key West Food and Wine Festival, Best Food and Wine Festival, the entire nation, and we were the sole entertainment providers and producers. I obsessively made sure that every single song, every minute was filled with the right thing to take them on a journey, and never worked harder. People like Lori Tebow were involved, helping Carrie Schreiber, and we made it. It was just one of the best things. It took 6 months to put together, and then it ended, and I kind of forgot about it. So it's like, wait, what? We just won 4 awards. Like, that was amazing. And besides that, I thought it was spam. This is my confession. I thought it was spam. That's the beginning of it could be a Hawaiian story. Who knows? I got an email, and it was like, Cannes Film Award, or Cannes, to say it correctly, from France. Cannes Film Awards wants your video of Sweet Georgia in our show lineup.
I saw that.
Yeah, and I was like, this is the makings of spam, because people don't actually have that happen to them. And I didn't reach out to you, you reached out to me, which is probably lies. And so I ignored it, but then I got another email. They're like, hey, bonjour, we really would like your video in our film lineup if you would be so kind as to blah, 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 details and logistics. And I was like, oh, this spam is really adamant. I don't know, man. So I took a little gamble, and I did, they had a big code thing that made you basically pay nothing compared to what you would to be involved.
Right.
And so I went through it, and I just watched my money go away. I'm like, yeah, that money's never coming back. I just spammed myself.
I know, I hate those.
Yeah,
when you see those, you're like, God, do I take a chance or not?
Right. And so I messaged him to follow up. I was like, wait, if this is real, I want to fly to France and be there for this. So can you respond, please, and tell me if it is a guarantee that my video will be lined up or not? Because please, merci. I don't know how to say please. Parlez-vous?
Merci.
No, that's thank you.
Yeah, merci is thank you.
Yeah, please, s'il vous plaît. S'il vous plaît.
I can tell you what it says in German, you know.
Yeah,
bitte,
I know.
You know,
Bitte.
it's like, but
It's fun. But yeah, so they did respond saying it's not 100% certain. So I was like, spam! It was spam! That's fine. So I moved on with my life. But then I got a message. They're like, you are a finalist. We have a trophy for you. I'm like, what? What now?
Yeah.
And so I went and I looked into it. Sure enough,
spam.
we were on the website for the Cannes Film Awards. We were lined up. It was all real the whole time. And I was like, oh. My bad, but I just unboxed the trophy.
But you know, I have to say, I get what you're saying there. When you get these kind of things, you're like, is this real?
Yeah, right.
Is this really happening? Did they just throw something at me, or is this like a spam, like you said?
Yeah.
Are they spamming me to try to get more money out of me? I mean, I totally get that. I think, you know, I see a lot of this, you know, music contests, you know, enroll your song.
Yeah.
And I have such. I don't want to be vulgar when I say this. I don't want to.
Please do.
But I just think it's BS that you want $35 of my money for me to put a song in there, and how many other people putting $35 in there?
Yeah.
You know, and 35 and 35, and next thing you know, they're making a buttload of money.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping to get one of my songs picked up, but I'm like, I have a problem with that, and that's why I don't put my music. You know, I don't pay for that.
You don't put your money where your music is?
Well, no, it's like I find it just.
It's Connie.
It irritates. It is very Connie.
It's like, it's not like musicians are rolling in dough. Only like 1% earn that much dough from actual music. Most of us get, you know, do a lot of covers and do a lot of jobs just to even have the luxury of playing any music at all. People don't understand how hard they work.
Well, I
and
just
then
saw
they
this one
come
this week that, you know, it's like, oh, you know, enroll your song, you know, and you could be the next. This and, that. And I'm like, so
you
I got
could be the next.
So I got reading it, and I'm like, you want $35 from me just to submit my song amongst how many other people who are like, you know, oh, I'm hoping to win. I mean, that's when you really add it all together.
But you
I mean,
know, a couple of those, if you look at the real fine print, you know, we go through all of this, and you go, they say, okay, well, do you agree to all this? X. Are you really sure? Do you accept X? How many times do we really read the agreement? I mean, honestly.
X's are coming for us everywhere.
Right? So
yeah, it's
a couple of them actually at the bottom will say in this little tiny print, after you pay us $35, we now reserve the right to use your song. And you've now given them permission to use your song, and you're not going to make any money on it. It's almost like you pay them for them to own your song.
Yeah,
that's happened.
And that's where I have the problem. You know, paying money. You know, why can't somebody just like have a contest, you know, and get those sponsors to fund that contest? You know, and then take it to the next level.
Yeah.
You know, you're helping a musician out that's already, you know, struggling at the lowest level and trying to make something of their artistry.
Still waiting on my first $10 check for Joni and Chachi.
Yeah. I mean, it's
been out for a year and a half, yo.
Don't you have to have 14 million views to get up to $10 these days?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're lucky to get royalties off our songs. I mean, quarterly, I probably see anywhere between $30 to $60 a quarter on our music.
I just see a quarter.
You know,
literally, I would like a quarter.
Yeah, honestly, we're still at 0.000956%.
But you know, again, I mean, that's how lucky we are. And then really, that's not really that lucky compared to some, you know, the other musicians that are making buttloads of money. But still, trying to get into that range, you know, it's just. I got to pay $35 for you to just even consider my song to be something that might be good, you know, or somebody might go, I like that song. I don't know. I have an issue with that. So
yeah.
So anyway, you got what else? What
got
else
a show opening next week.
All right, what show is this?
I tell you what, and we got the lovely Mel here. She's in it too.
Hi. Yes.
The show is called This Blows. Shows, a musical comedy show that doesn't suck. It's about a hurricane imminently coming towards
That's
Key
what I
West.
saw today.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking at today. I was like,
yeah, man, that's what
I
it's
think
all-
we almost had a hurricane last night.
I think we did. I was like, that is a good reason for a cancellation. One can't argue with the writing
all right,
there.
so I have a question. I saw your big head on it.
Yeah.
Is your big head on there too?
She's on it.
Yes, I'm in the back.
For
I'm
the
gonna go back and
record,
look at
we're
that.
talking about the poster.
Yeah.
Just for the people to know what
In the
is
poster,
happening.
I'm actually in the show.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna get that poster and I'll post it just so everybody knows what we're talking
Yeah,
about. But-
let's do that.
But because I'm looking at it, because you sent me some stuff, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, okay, I see you. Who are these other people? And I didn't see you in the background, but
She's got the best. They're little caricatures that
know.
I got the best body on it.
she does. It's funny. The graphic designer gave me a fit body, and I'm like middle not fit. So I was like, "Ooh, this is a smart woman keeping her job."
I need to know who that is.
Andromeda Fire is fire, and everyone
so
should hire
somebody
her.
needs to tell me who that is so she can caricaturize me a fit body.
That's right, Andromeda Fire. We're getting you clients.
I need some hot sauce over here.
You are hot sauce.
hey, big shout out to Bob Bitchin who's turned in tonight. How you doing, man? I appreciate you hanging out with us. Monica, the producer, she's calling in tonight. She lives up in, I believe, Canada. I'm pretty sure. So.
Oh, Canada.
It's cold up there.
Canada.
Right now, isn't it just?
I don't know.
It's always snowing in Canada.
I don't know. I think at some point Greenland's
But I
going
do
to be
love
the next Key
Letterkenny.
West. Huh?
I do love Letterkenny, the show Letterkenny.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's on Hulu.
Oh.
How are you now? Good, and you?
That's great.
Don't you know?
Great show.
Darn tootin'.
Well, we got to go. Why? We've got chorin to do.
I like
Chorin.
this. Don't ever interrupt this woman.
So what is?
Hey, what did I just say?
What is? Well,
I'm kidding. I'm
I've
kidding.
known her a long time.
Hey, he's known me
I
a
can
long
do
time.
this.
Oh, you did the button.
I can do that.
I've never seen a man hit the button.
I can do that right there.
That's exactly
Perfect timing for everything.
Brian, it's great drops.
You know, and then if you got something good to say, hey, all right, everybody.
Or my favorite. Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, I can do the.
Stern.
Wow. Yeah, a little Howard Stern there. You know. It's
Wow.
I wasn't ready for that. How cool that was.
And if you have nothing to say, if there's nothing, you're just like then it's this.
I know nothing. Nothing.
That was great. You know who knows something though? Mel's been in our cast. She's been putting up with the
Oh, yeah.
antics.
Yeah.
And she's only 17. Yeah, let's hit a button for 17.
Oh my gosh.
That was good.
We're corrupting her, Brian.
I got all kinds of funnies on here. Yeah, so it's just one of those
So
things.
at 17, I was graduated from high school. Are
Okay,
you
show off.
in high school?
Yes, I'm in high school.
And our lovely Key West High School?
Wait a minute,
Yeah.
is this your last year in high school?
Yes,
Or
it's
is-
going to be my last year in high
Okay.
school.
Yay, seniors.
Congrats. She's really confident in her grade. She's like, oh, I got A+++++.
Oh, I got this.
Oh boy.
Oh, I got this.
C's.
Okay, I
So are
wanna
you a
kn-
straight A student?
I try to be.
Yeah.
But,
You should try the
reality.
A instead. Sorry.
So let me ask this question: are you a conch?
I'll shut up.
No,
No.
I'm not.
What?
I mean, I was
Were you born down here?
I was born in Miami.
Miami. Okay.
But I came down here immediately, a week after I was born.
She
so.
saw the light.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess in some ways that
Miami,
even though you weren't born here, but you could, I guess in the sense you could call yourself a freshwater conch.
Yeah, I've lived here my whole life.
Yeah. Although there should be like another term for that, kind of like a fresh, stinky fresh water.
Oh, that's good.
you know,
Exactly.
as long as you've been down
What was
here.
the guy that used to be in charge of the Red Barn?
I don't
Tall,
know.
real tall. One of the first people I met
You're
here.
affiliated with all
when
that
I
stuff,
First,
Barnes, Wisconsin girl.
when I
oh,
first
you mean
came
theater?
to town.
Shoot. I was like, I think it's a lumberjack.
Where's your head
I
tonight?
can't remember his name. But we had only been here a couple years and so we go to the Red Barn for drops of water or something. And
I go for the shows.
I did too, except I always get ate up with mosquitoes outside. So
That's the show I'm there to watch.
Yeah.
Hey, Tiffany's getting chased around by bugs.
Oh, look. So I walk in and I was like, hey, I'm
if you
Tiffany.
would wash every night.
Oh, I washed before I got here, Brian. Thank you very much.
Just saying.
No, I washed.
A little bit of dial soap takes a lot of the bugs away.
And he said to me, oh, welcome to town. I went, thanks. He said, how long have you been here? I said, we bought a house about 2 years ago. And he went, oh. I said, no, we're not freshwater yet. He said, well, let me tell you what we call you guys. What? Sewer water.
Oh.
And I went,
Oh, that's not cool.
what? And then Bob Bowersocks. That was his name.
Bob Bowersocks.
Bob Bauer.
He's not around anymore.
Sewer water?
He called me sewer water.
He just jumps right to the lawsuits.
And then he laughed and
America.
brought me my tickets out from behind and gave me a big hug and said, welcome home.
Oh,
it was cute.
All right, well, there you go. Well,
Bob Bowersocks. How do
well,
you
at
even
least
know?
there was light at the end of that sewer tunnel.
God, that
Okay,
was nice.
who wanted the Mavs to win? They're up 58-52 right now.
All right, the Mavs are winning.
Yeah.
This must be sports you speak of.
Yay,
I was once in a
Well, I
play
was
where
reading
there was
something
boxing that
earlier,
happened.
and I thought it said the Maze.
Maze.
When I was looking at it, I
Mavericks.
was like, had to look again. I'm like, oh, it's Mavs. So,
Whoever is watching the game, I just got a play-by-play from the old husband.
all right.
If
well,
they're watching us, though, you get extra points because
of course. I mean, we
yeah, we have cameras.
It's funny because a lot of people don't really tell me they're listening, and then later on they send me a message. Oh my God, that was a great show last night.
show
I'm
was
like, I wish you would say something so I can at least give you a shout
Well,
out.
here's what I want to know.
Yes.
Tell me about your character.
Tell us. Oh.
Sorry, I put you on the spot, freshwater.
That was so
conkish
random.
person.
Conkish person. I don't even know anymore.
I didn't call you sewer water. Bob Bowersocks called me that one time.
Thank you for not calling me that. So my character in the show is basically just me. They wrote it. They basically just took me and put it on paper. Her whole thing.
This.
Her name is literally Mel. So there was no changes made.
So let me ask this question: what is the premise of the show itself? I mean, what is the whole drive of it?
The premise is, yes, a hurricane is heading towards Key West, but as most of us, I'm sure all of us here have experienced, what about that wait time when you're waiting for the hurricane to come and you get deep into thought and introspection and you're reflecting and reviewing? So it shows a different plethora of different types of people of Key West as they're all reflecting on, like, wait, did I reach my goals and dreams? Wait, who have I become? So it's that moment when everyone's waiting and they have to kind of face themselves before they even face the hurricane. And it's somehow hilarious, I guess. I hope. We'll find out on opening day.
Yeah.
I mean, I may have to come and see this because I'm interested to see how you guys have pieced this together. And and the reason why I say that is because, we left for Irma.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to stay. But we decided, the Navy decided for us, we had to take our RV off, and so we went to the Panhandle and hung out there. But it was interesting in so many different levels of people I dealt with, whether they stayed, the folks who owned the Cork and Stogie had stayed, and we were
Steve stayed.
Yeah, I mean, so we were on our phones with them, and there was this walkie-talkie app.
Yep.
That you could click on it and you'd be like, it's like a walkie-talkie, and it'd be like, it's like, hey, you guys out there, and you hear this, yeah, we're here, and I thought it was the neatest thing. And
that's cool.
So we were going back and forth with them. It was a party for them. They're like, oh, we're having a great time until the stuff hit the fan.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think that's when reality kind of sat in for them, like, oh, crap. We're in the middle of this now.
Yep. So we do cover a little bit of that.
And then the aftermath of, Irma. I think probably the biggest thing that I heard from a lot of people was, I got tired of eating steak and lobster. And I'm like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
And they were like, because we had no power on the island, so all the restaurants were taking turns of serving the food they had before it thawed out and you couldn't use it anymore. So they put this huge schedule together for each of the different restaurants to say, okay, you've got this night, and you're going to cook all your food, and all the locals can come in and eat for free.
And some of the hotels were like barbecuing on the sidewalk. Morero's we were talking about.
Yeah.
For free. Some of the restaurants, like we went to Mary Ellen's a few times because everything on the menu was $5.
Oh wow.
And beer was free. Because they needed to, first of all, they were trying to feed people who didn't have power or whatever. And we came back 2 weeks later just in time for the electricity and the water to come back on. You know?
Yeah, that's why I find it interesting that, because we left, and I mean, as an emergency manager, I was taking this seriously. I mean, that was my job, my mentality of what we had to do. But when we got back, and I was talking with the different people that lived here that stayed, and they're like, yeah, well, you know what, I got so sick of eating steak and lobster, and I'm like, what do you mean by that? Because, and that's when they explained all the restaurants were trying to get rid of all their food before it spoiled. So that's when they would just like one big, fry for everybody and come in and
over and over and over.
Yeah, that was so. I think it's been kind of cool your perspective of what you guys have come up with.
It's interesting, and it's also the cool part is we had 8 different people help write it. So we had 8, and so it is sketch comedy and musical comedy and stand up, but we wrote it in a way that there's still through line and character development. And so the fun was, how can we make it the best mismatched combination Frankenstein's monster of comedy and music while still making it make sense and try to make everyone's jokes land and everyone happy. And it was so fun. Like, I was the one who ended up gluing it together and combing it, and it's been very fascinating and a fun stretch to do that. But it's just like exploring different universes, but having 8 people contribute. No one even knows where some of the jokes came from. Like, for whatever reason, there's this dude who has a thing for bread. We don't know why. No one has taken any responsibility for that idea, and now it's accidentally a theme. I know. I also love bread. Honestly, it's a really relatable character.
Bread is good.
Yeah. And Mel's character is kind of representing a caricature of Gen Z, but heightened intelligence, of course.
Yes, she has her moments of brightness where we have some hope, and then flatline weak bro. It goes back to it goes back to that.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be kind of funny, kind of writing.
So real life.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of fun, kind of like a part of that, where you're like, steak. I can't eat no more steak, lobster. Lobster. I've had enough lobster.
Beautiful. It's a good word to write music around. Lobster, 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 and surf.
Yeah, but but that's. I think it'd be interesting to see how you guys have come up with that.
And lobster.
Yeah, it's like that game. What was it called? Where you'd all write different adjectives and adverbs and then come up with a story that's just random. What is that called? Ad-libs.
Yeah.
Mad Libs.
It would be interesting to do like a survey of the island of everybody who would participate, just to like give me your perspective.
Yeah.
Of what you think about a hurricane. I mean, I would love to because I've talked to some of the older conks that have stayed here, and they're just like, oh, you guys are wusses, and I'm just like,
we have that character in there.
And
that's played by Joni Sullivan.
And then you take an old conk like who's that drummer that used to play with the Shanty Hat? Paulie is a 7th-generation conk.
Wow.
And after Irma, I can remember running in and talking to him, and his comment was, he goes, I've never left Key West for a hurricane. He goes, and this was a hurricane that I should have left.
That's Joni's character again. This is weird.
and I find that interesting, talking to some of those people of like, I mean, how scared he was. He goes, this was a hurricane.
Irma, which one was it?
Irma.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
This was a hurricane that we never, I've been through them all. And he goes, this one had me second guessing my decision. And I really found that interesting, talking to a 7th-generation conk who's lived here all his life. And you could literally, you can tell from their eyes and their voice just how that affected them.
Wow.
And I thought that was pretty interesting. And like he said, he goes, if it ever happened again, he goes, I would leave. And the only reason why he didn't leave is because his granddaughter flew in to stay with him and said, I'm going to stay with you, Grandpa. We're going to get through this.
And they did.
Yeah.
But
again, I think what you're doing is that's an interesting.
So sad. I'm still in the zone. Wow.
I think that's really interesting that you're coming up with this. So that'd be cool to see.
Yeah, it's a fun montage collage of all the different types of people with a little bit of weaving and.
We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die.
Well,
that's not far from the lyrics.
And then, and then the other ones are like, dude, I got enough vodka to get through.
Let me see.
Curtis Grass's character.
Let me catch up with some folks. Let me catch up with some folks online here. So.
Do it. Oh yeah, Facebooking while we're busy.
See, I don't have somebody that looks at. No, Danny Lynn, does a Sunday show. He's got somebody who sits there and looks at the phone. He's got somebody on Facebook, somebody on YouTube. I don't have that.
She needs to get a bite of pizza anyway.
No,
Yes, she's going to eat some pizza. So let's put it on me so we're not putting it on her while she feeds her face. So, hey, everybody. Spooning you again. It's the Southernmost Pint Brewpub, and it's their cameras tonight, so we appreciate those guys' support. Let me see. James Cohen, College World Series, Florida State 11, Tennessee 7. And Peyton Manning is in Omaha.
Omaha!
Richard Malik, I'm not a basketball fan, so I'm still listening. Thank you, Rich, for hanging out with us. We appreciate it.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Rich goes way back. He was in the Air Force with us, and we all worked in Korea together.
Oh, wow.
So we had a good time doing that. We had a lot of fun. A lot of stories, probably some coastal confessions that I will not bring up on this radio station.
Oh yeah, you're on a show called Coastal Confessions.
Coastal Confession.
Okay.
Do you have something you want to confess tonight? I know you're only in high school.
Well, what do I want to confess?
Oh,
I don't know.
think about that for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jojo Fish, we were watching you, and also the Celtics, Mavs, unfortunately, way ahead at halftime.
Drat.
Sorry, those folks in New Hampshire. New Hampshire. We have some we have some music friends, Sweet Harriet and Ray, that listen in, and they come down here, and they're from New Hampshire. And I said, they're from New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
But what does Ray call Home Depot?
Home dumpster.
Home dumpster. I don't know. It's
It comes up with the classiest stuff. Yeah, it's like home dumpster.
Home dumpster.
And then, of course, Bob Bitchin asks, Brian, can you ask how to donate and film it and show it on Tiki Man Radio?
Oh.
That's a good question. So, she's in the middle of eating pizza.
Nom, nom, nom.
But yeah, the question is out there. So,
I'm ready to answer it.
Is somebody gonna film it?
Okay.
Oh, wait, no. Film is so 70s, but like.
All right, here's the plan with that, folks. Are you ready? Oh, wait, I'm not ready.
She's not ready.
Hi.
Let's get her back on
Because
camera.
I care about you, I moved the mic so you don't hear the sound of me chewing.
Chewing, chomp, chomp, chewy, chomp.
Yeah, we just got out of rehearsal, so I'm hungry. So we are going to try to film it with multiple cameras to get it captured well.
Oh, cool.
I'm just 2 sponsors away from being able to do what my plan is. My plan is that we film it in such a way where it's really, really like top-notch, professional quality, and we can put it up for sale for like $2 online, because this show actually benefits Queer Keys, which is a nonprofit. So half the reason we made this was because we wanted to contribute to their business before the season ended.
Yeah.
So forever, whatever the little cost to watch the show is, percentage will always go to Queer Keys and help them out. And so we're like 2 sponsors away from me being able to afford that. I decided to splurge on some other aspects of the show. And that's the plan. So I'm going to be sponsor hunting the next 5 days like mad.
Well, there you go, Bob. Bob tuning in. And, he's really cool. He came up with, he sent Michelle, because he knows Michelle is a Star Trek fan.
Yes.
And we just got in.
That's what the camera's for.
Just got in the mail the other day, the Enterprise Starship Pizza Cutter.
What?
Yep.
Why are we here? Let's go look
the
at this.
NCC 1701.
I'll be back.
USS Enterprise. It's over there where the pizza is.
So there she goes. She's going after the pizza cutter.
She's gone.
There's a
So
It should be.
see there, she's got the pizza cutter coming in, and so Bob, yeah. So there you go. This thing is the neatest thing.
Is that the coolest thing ever?
So here's what we have to do. As I tilt this, we have to do it like they do on the original series. Ready? Oh! Ready? Here we go. This way. Oh! Oh!
You know what I think?
So if you're watching this on YouTube, you get to watch us do the crazy moves that they do on the original Star Trek whenever the Enterprise does a certain thing. One more time. Ready? If you're watching us. Oh! Oh! Oh!
Out of context.
Oh my gosh.
One, too.
I think we did this on
Damn it, Jim.
We did this on our
I'm a doctor, not a
We did this on our
magician.
Tuesday show the other night, and oh my God, it was so much fun. Let me turn you back on. I turned you off when you took your headset off there, but
I love it.
yeah. So Bob Bitchin sent that to Michelle.
Oh, that's the 1701,
makes
not
me
the
so happy.
1701-A.
yeah, that's
No, that's the original.
That's the original. And Bob's laughing because he was watching us on camera doing the crazy moves. So
This is like the coolest thing.
I'm gonna tell you what. If somebody pisses me off and I'm walking down Duval Street, I'd be like, I'll cut you with the
NCC
Honestly, it would
1701.
just strike up a really friendly conversation. You'd befriend all your enemies. Everyone would bond over this thing. They'd be like,
know.
"What? Check out my knife!" And you're all like comparing
You know what?
knives.
If they took this to the United Nations and got all the world leaders around and showed just this one item,
yes,
world peace would occur.
It would be achieved.
World piece of cake and pizza.
And everybody
cut by
would do this.
Yeah, they would. Because, you know, their fingers used to be glued together until this little cutter.
Right.
Oh my gosh, that's how it's done.
I'm telling you, man,
Science.
there's something with this thing. So, hey, I want to get to some more music, and then we're going to come back, talk more about what you've got going on, because I want to hear. We're going to go just a little bit over tonight.
Oh,
Remember
no.
the show's over at 10.
Danny Lynn's going to fire us all.
No, Danny Lynn's going to go, that was a funny-ass show. So, and brought to you by the Southernmost Pint Brewpub.
We love Southernmost Pint.
Those guys are awesome, and all the cameras that you see, all the fun that's happening right here in the studio is brought to you by them. And I like this spoon. I'm digging this spoon, man. It's like, look at this. Hey, I am the spoon head.
I was there for the presentation of the spoon. It was
You were.
mighty.
It was really cool. So we're going to get some more music, come back, find out some more stuff from you guys, and then see how we close the night out.
Yeah.
You just never know. I
Yeah,
mean,
literally, like going uphill from this knife. How do we do that?
You just never know. Hey, a little bit of Florida man, Aaron Schur's John Frenzy right here on B-Man and Michelle's Coast Confessions, right here, live from the Beach Shell Studios, Tiki Man Radio in Key West.
Yay.
Yay.
Florida man takes a swig from his natty light can, wrestles a gator with his two bare hands. Yeah, that's just a normal Tuesday. Well, Florida man, he's been abducted by aliens, stocking up on bullets and cans of Spam. Yeah, he's prepping for doomsday. Well, science has been trying, but they ain't figured out what makes all that crazy wanna head down south. Is it the beaches, the breezes, or the cortaditos, or the 99% chance of zero snow? It's a phenomenon that ain't no one ever gonna understand. Oh, but that's just Florida man.
Florida man, sipping on a hurricane as one blows in. Now he ain't worried, it's just a little wind. Fires up another Fuente. Yeah, science has been trying, but they ain't figured out what makes all that crazy wanna head down south. Is it the beaches, the breezes, or the cortaditos, or the 99% chance of zero snow? It's a phenomenon that ain't no one ever gonna understand. But that's just Florida man.
Is he a little unstable? Maybe who's to say? Hey, ain't everybody in our own kind of way? But don't try this at home. Things will get out of hand. Best leave those Florida things to that Florida man. 'Cause science has been trying, but they ain't figured out what makes all that crazy wanna head down south. just Florida man. Florida man. Look out for Florida man. You know that that's just Florida man. Lost out in the ocean, swimming all alone, drifting with the current, no reef to call home. That's when she found me and turned my life around. I was at low tide, now I'm happy to be tied down. They say that there's plenty of fish out there swimming around in the sea, but I don't want any of the fishies swimming right along with me. She's got eyes the color of the water, she sparkles in the sun. The odds are 1 in a trillion, and I know she's the one. She's so sophisticated, she loves me for who I am. She sees the pearls, not the oysters, she makes me happy as a clam. They say that there's plenty of fish out there swimming around in the sea, but I don't want any other fishies swimming right along with me. Well, we made it official, we got married, 'cause I ain't no fool. Now we're feeling so lucky with our little guppy. We've got a whole school. They say that there's plenty of fish out there swimming around in the sea, but I don't want any of the fishies swimming right along with me. They say that there's plenty of fish out there swimming around in the sea, but I don't want any of the fishies swimming right along with me. No, I don't want any of the fishies swimming right along with me.
Faces lit up by their screens, plague confined unknowns. Pollen covered Chevrolets parked in their driveway home. Waiting for the word to come, waiting on the news. Weren't no way to know I'd have the late great John Prine blues. Darkness fell on Nashville, everyone awoke. For all my life I told my wife this has to be a joke. Three women way out on the ledge, one shouted, "What's the use?" The keened and cried a Galway song, the late great John Prine blues. A 50-year-old man can hardly sleep till 4:30. His daughter's up all night and his wife sweetly, softly snores. While the madman make their goddamn plans, it's mostly just a bore. I'm not going anywhere for weeks and weeks and probably more. By day we keep apart 6 feet, all night we closely watch. While in the dark our dead dogs bark and take it up a notch. Don't bother adding up the debt, son, don't you light that fuse. And ain't nobody dancing to the late great John Prine blues. Greatness comes but once inside a very long, long while. And in his case, the greatness was the man himself. His smile could light the whole wide world, and his songs would still the room. Handsome Johnny's coming home, the late great John Prine blues. Going down to the bottom, got the smoke.
Take a trip back in time with Jukebox Saturday mornings. Every Saturday, starting when you get up, Buttercup. Tiki Man Radio opens up the massive archives of the radio station and takes you back to that old shaggy music. Jukebox Saturdays, only on Tiki Man Radio.
Nailtini Nail Bar and Day Spa in Key West offers a relaxing and serene atmosphere. Whether you are visiting Key West or a local, Nailtini is your temporary getaway from stressful everyday life. We provide a wide range of services. Dr. Lesson offers Botox and fillers by appointment only. We have skincare that includes waxing and facials. And for nails, it's not just a pedicure. You can get gel, you can get acrylic. While our skilled professionals pamper you and your guests, you can sit back and enjoy a relaxing manicure, pedicure in one of our massage chairs and enjoy a complimentary martini or other drink option. To see all our spa services, visit us at our website, nailtiniKeyWest.com, or call 305-294-4443 to talk with one of our skilled professionals and to make your appointment today.
Key West has a brand new brew pub, and you're going to love what they have brewing on their menu. That's right, the Blast Beer Company's Southernmost Pint Brewpub, located at 522 Front Street in downtown Key West. Open 7 days a week from noon until 10 p.m. Offers handcrafted beer and made-to-order signature food dishes. On tap are 3 of their signature beers, the Southernmost Pint Golden Ale, the Save the Day IPA, and the Hazy Lady New England IPA, and many other tasty handcrafted beers brewed on-site right here in Key West. And if you're not a beer drinker, don't worry, as they have available on their menu wine and other adult beverages and booze-free drinks. While enjoying a pint or two, check out their amazing menu of small fare items made to order that include local favorites, guac and chips, and Mexican esquites street corn, and their delicious main course items, Caribbean chicken salad, and trade wind meatballs. Stop in and enjoy one of their tastings of 4 different beer offerings of your choice. Or just enjoy a pint or two while taking in the aromas of beer being brewed on site and relaxing inside their brew pub atmosphere. Better yet, soak up the wonderful Key West weather and enjoy one of their handcrafted beers while hanging out on their great outdoor patio with music videos, movies, and sports games. Come by and watch your favorite team play on the biggest screen around. That's Blast Beer Company, Southernmost Pint Brewpub, located at 522 Front Street here in Key West. Blast Beer Company, around since 1992, making beer 1 barrel at a time.
Tiki Man Radio is gearing up for the 8th annual Tiki Man Radio Songwriter Showcase Key West Bound, October 31st through November the 2nd at the Rick's Dirty Harry's Complex on Duval Street in Key West, Florida. All the artists are booked and locked and ready to go. And of course, our event is free to the public. Everybody is a VIP. This year, of course, we're bringing back the SAC Awards, sponsored by Tiki Man Radio and presented by Tim Campbell. And new this year is the Jimmy Buffett Look-Alike Contest, brought to you by Landshark Lager. That's right, come dressed as your favorite era of Jimmy Buffett and win a special prize by Landshark Beer. That's going to be on Friday night, right after Dave McKinney and the Hungry Heart Luck Heroes band plays. And of course, we're going to honor our friend Bill Crawley. Make sure you come by the Tiki Man Radio table and pick up your fan's fan of Bill Crawley. I want to see a lot of pictures. We want to make this special. Bill Crawley played at every event we had, and we want to make sure that we honor our good friend. That's the 8th annual Tiki Man Radio Songwriter Showcase Key West Bound, the original Songwriter Showcase during Trop Rock Week, October 31st through November the 2nd at Rick's Dirty Harry's on Duval Street in Key West, Florida. Why would you go anywhere else?
You're listening to B-Man and Michelle's Coastal Confessions on Tiki Man Radio, your coastal American music station. Now back to your hostess with the mostest, B-Man and Michelle.
Oh, that would be me. I'm the hostess with the mostest of something us, but Michelle's not with us right now. But who do we have in the studio with us right now? Let's get to some. There we go. I got the cameras going on here. There's a lot happening here on this show tonight. So we've got...
It's Jessica Hannah
Jessica Wachs and
Amelia Morphy.
All right, you guys are part of the Key West. You're part of the Key West scene.
Yeah. We've been seen here.
What I want to know, because I think we're going to kind of start to shut the show down here in the next 15 minutes or so. Let me make sure everybody's cool, so we're good online. Haven't missed anything, so we're good there. Because I have to do all this. I need an intern. So if you ever want to get into radio and you want to... You're more than welcome to come in here and push buttons and tell me who's watching on Facebook and stuff. I know, I'm being serious when I say that.
No, and I'll do it.
Because it sure in hell doesn't happen when Michelle's here. She's like, sorry, I was late. Wait a minute.
I highly recommend you take her as an intern.
Hang on.
Sorry, I was late.
Okay, now your mic was on. What were you doing?
She's definitely putting her mouth all over that.
Oh, you had to go, okay.
Yummy. How's that tasting?
Spongy.
Spongy.
It's
you
an
know
orange
what?
sickle.
It's like a sponge cake up in there.
Well, I'm a musician. We're taught to put our lips on things. I mean,
how'd
the
you get your
microphone.
dog tags?
Right.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I gotta think for that one. I gotta think. There we go. How did you get?
From a hairdresser.
And you know what?
Not lying.
do that.
I meant to do that. What are you drinking there, Tiffany?
Pilar.
Are you drinking the Pilar?
A little bit.
I thought maybe you might have been drinking the limoncello.
No, I'm taking a limoncello break. Oh.
All right, she was here the other night.
I heard that
So, like
Thursday was
midnight.
rough for her.
It wasn't terrible.
Was it terrible the next day?
No, it wasn't terrible. I was just a little off.
I don't
more than
normally
usual.
hang out that late. And
Okay,
do
so
what we
let's
do, but
remember I had a Smittick at Celtic Hunk.
I like Schmittix.
I love the Smitty. And then I was there with,
Yeah, you were there when.
And then here.
You were there when we got the spoon.
The spoon.
The spoon. The Southernmost Pint Brewpub spoon. Located at 522 Front Street. Go in there and get your pint today.
But you can't get a spoon.
No.
But you can get Mexican cheese and the best.
They got good food.
They got such good food. I'm obsessed
But
with
we
their
were
food.
working on our song, Brian.
We were.
Everybody ready?
Are we ready?
Yep.
Oh. This thing is like the coolest thing ever. I mean, when Michelle got this thing, the USS Enterprise Pizza Cutter, NCC 1701, half slice.
Put it down fast.
That's what it says on there, half slice. No, I'm just messing with you guys. It doesn't say half slice on it, but thanks to Bob Bitchin for
home slice, half slice.
What's his last name?
Bitchin.
Okay.
James Cohen was like, define off. Okay. Anyway, what I want to do is, and I'm serious, you ever want to come in here and hang out with us once we get back off our trip, and you want to intern on Friday nights and help us keep the show going and tell us who's on Facebook, and I could use the support.
She could be your Baba Booey.
My Baba Booey.
I'll be your reference.
You know who Baba Booey is, right?
No, she doesn't know Howard Stern.
No, I would not do that.
No, but Baba Booey is always the one he's like the producer. He's like the one like making sure you need to go to commercial.
Yeah, and then of course then you get Howard Stern that gives Baba Booey all kinds of.
I'm Robin.
Yeah. Michelle's
Michelle's
Robin
definitely
over there.
Robin.
Oh my God, yeah. So, all right.
That's a crime, Michelle. Got to stop robbing people.
So, real quick, I want to talk about. You guys came in here. You want to talk about some of the stuff? Let's hear what you got to say because I want people to know what you're doing.
Oh. Yes.
We've already talked about
good.
We got Rumble Productions, your vocal labs. You got the upcoming show.
This blows, a musical comedy show that doesn't suck. In the week, it opens Thursday.
I love it.
It opens Thursday?
Yes, ma'am.
Opens Thursday.
And what are the tickets for that?
They're $40, which is a lot cheaper than a lot of shows in town.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Seriously, I may have to go down.
And where?
It's at the Key West Backstage Listening Room. So it's intimate and fun, and you'll feel like you're a part of it.
That's over at the Key West Theater, right? In the back.
It's
okay.
That's the small room.
Comedy does not work in a big theater until you're ready, like Jim Carrey.
Brian, when do you leave?
I don't leave till
Sunday.
Sunday.
So will it be Thursday, Friday, or Saturday that we'll be seeing you fine folk?
Are tickets still available?
They are. This last time I checked, they're there.
They're there.
I think it'd be interesting.
Michelle, you want to go?
You should go.
Well, let me know.
I think
You should all go.
we're going to figure something out.
I know you're sure as heck going to be there, little missy.
Yeah, I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
I don't have a choice.
Yeah, she's in it.
Well, at one point you did, and you chose to be in it.
I auditioned, and I didn't know what I was coming in for, but I'm so glad I did it.
What did you do for your audition? Tell us about that day.
It was a really bad audition, to be honest.
It was not, but let's hear her story.
I came in. I had to learn the song like a couple hours before because I found out about the audition the day before on Facebook. Because I don't know. It just came up. I was following Rumble Productions. And I was like, oh my gosh, an audition. Because I didn't know what to do with my life after the High School Musical because I just didn't know what to do with my life. So I was like, oh my God, another audition. I get to be on stage again. So I auditioned with Screw Loose, the song.
It's very fun.
Messed up the words.
That's the best part.
It is.
Just had to help me.
Thank God for iPads.
But I got through it, and I didn't think I was going to get called back, honestly. So when I got your call that you were trying to make it work for me to be in the show, I was like, oh my gosh, really?
So how many songs do you sing in this thing?
Well, I'm in a couple songs, but I have my main song. It's a self-duet. I'm not going to spoil it too much.
I love it. Long story short, she had a specific want. She was debating between doing our show or something else.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I was like, well, why don't we just write our show around you doing your something else? She's like, what? Like, we're literally going to write it for you so you have all of your dreams. And you're pretty happy, it looks like.
I'm very happy. The song.
You better put that on your resume.
Yeah.
So we literally just
what's
wrote
the
it
name
for
of the
her.
song?
I've Got a Thing for You. Mm-hmm.
Who sang that?
Tingle.
Oh, it's original.
It's original.
All of our music's
Did you
original.
write that?
No, James King did.
James King wrote the music
all
and the
your-
lyrics were Aubrey
So
Urban.
all your music in this is
Original.
all original.
Of course.
100% original.
You know what? That's what Key West is missing down here.
Yep.
I'm sick and tired of the cover songs.
I mean,
No.
the cover songs
No
just
cover.
drives me insane, you know. And yeah,
And yet, what do we do all the time to make a buck?
Sing jazz.
Well, I do that too. I do
you
that.
sing jazz. You sing your thing. I have to sing mine.
I sing jazz all the time.
Yeah, we have to do the cover or they're not going to pay. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, at my other show, I've got Flip the Bird Jazz Cabaret. It's my favorite show I have done that is not like a theatrical production. It's with Larry Smith and Lee Venters.
I love Larry.
Yeah, and the three of us were just troublemakers. And it's called Flip the Bird Jazz Cabaret, for crying out loud. So we jazzify, as I say. He hates that, so I'm going to say it more. We jazzify and fuse jazzify with everything. So we've got The Who in there, and we've turned it into jazz. We got Black Horse and a Cherry Tree, KT Tunstall, and we change it up. Like, somehow the most baller...
So did you make that jazzy? That song you're?
Oh yeah,
the
oh,
Black
it's
Horse
fun.
and Cherry
The
Tree?
stuff we did.
I mean, I love that song.
If I Were a Rich Man from Fiddler on the Roof is now our
Gosh.
rager. It's like a dance party.
Could you imagine if we turned that song into a trop rock song?
Oh my God. Oh, and we have that on Sunday as well. I forgot to say. 7 to 9 is our second to last one before Larry leaves town. So
That little room?
yeah, no, we do not go to Little Room. We are at the Birdcage Cabaret.
Okay.
At Aquaplex. So it's
Oh, yeah,
brand
yeah, yeah.
new stage that Chris Peterson had built with Mike and John. Brand new. And it's the most gorgeous performance venue in town. It is stunning. So, of course, my little producer heart jumped on it. I'm like, we're making things for you. And so, like, this week we had something called Bird Drop, which I love the image. It's like a rubber chicken in a stiletto being lowered, because that is also the home of the new drag queen.
It is.
Christopher Peterson. So I point at the little naked bird and I say, look, guys, it's Christopher Peterson. But that's an open mic hosted by either Gwen Filosa or Lori Tebow. And it's designed to be a space where everyone feels totally safe and able to try anything free of judgment, and is the most safe, wonderful open mic I've been a part of, and it's because those hosts are so darn good. I just kind of participate and hang out.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, we had that this week, and it's every second and fourth Monday. And then Flip the Bird, though, is my jam. Like, you never know who's going to jump on stage.
So here's a question. Angelina from the Pint.
I'm so glad you brought her up.
What is she doing?
Okay.
I love Angelina.
I love her. We all love her.
I love her.
See?
Love her.
Do you love her?
I love
I
her.
do.
See, she loves her. She's hilarious. So she's a natural improv. I'm going to just talk because I know she's not listening. So,
Even if she was, I would still give
oh,
it.
I would never stop. I just wanted to preface for the sake of making people lean forwards towards your sound. She is a natural improviser. She's got all the gritty, instinctive, hilarious type of talent that you cannot teach.
Yeah.
That's why she can stand there behind the bar for 8 hours and you would just keep listening to her. You'd be like,
She's
how?
hilarious.
Yeah, but she also still might be like the last person who knows it. So when she auditioned, she didn't even know what sketch comedy was. She had to ask us at the audition, which was hilarious to me. And so she's so new, but she was willing to do it. She went from, I've never even done anything, I've never stepped on a stage, to being willing to try and do anything, even singing. We couldn't get her to open her mouth to sing a note at the very beginning, and now she's doing karaoke and singing, having a blast.
Hang on, Michelle's coming in real quick. What do you got?
I was going to say, I think she might almost be kind of like a female John Belushi.
Oh, that's not bad.
I mean, because, you know, her just like, her little movements.
Yeah.
everything Sylvia
Yeah,
does.
that's yeah.
That's
I could,
actually
yeah.
pretty good.
She is.
She
You're
is.
right.
She's a pretty good female John Belushi, yeah.
She's a trip.
She is. And we wrote her parts just like we wrote everything for everyone so that they get what they want, exactly what they want. Because how often do you get to just have it made for you? That's
I
half
love
the fun.
that.
So I'm not going to spoil too much, but she's got one of the funniest scenes with a very relatable scenes. It's goddamn funny. Can I say that word? It's done.
Yeah, well, you just did. So.
I did. God will forgive. And then I'm not even going to say the other character she plays, but it's the weirdest one, and no one could do it better than her.
Well, I'll tell you, there are so many cool things to say about her. I mean, one, she's funny. Now, I don't know. It's like when we used to play up there music and stuff, and she'd walk by, and she'd always give me the finger as she walked by.
Yes.
Oh, she does that to me all the time.
That's about right.
So, and we laugh about that because she does it so funny. And so she was coming. She come out. She goes, "Do you need another beer?" And I said, "Yeah, I need one more." And gave her the finger back, and she goes, "Oh, I like you," you know. And we're going back and forth with that, you know. Like the other day we were sitting there, and then she come in there, and she's like, "Oh, it's you," and you know, there goes the finger. But she's just got the coolest personality. And when she used to be out there on the Argo Novice,
Yeah.
you know, doing that stuff. My God, I mean, the funny stuff, and I didn't know her that well then, and she was hilarious. But she came in one day, and I was sitting at the bar, and I didn't know she was behind me, and she just started rubbing my neck. Just, that girl's got a
She's
grip.
certified. She used to be certified. I got a massage from her at the Bird Drop.
Oh my God, she was just like, and I'm like, please do not stop. You can do this
Ever.
for the next week, you know. But no, she was, so yeah, she's really cool.
She is. And so is Southernmost Pint in general. Like, 2 of their people work with Rumble, and then it took a minute to convince Lisa to jump on board. But when she found out we got Sarah Compton as our new marketing director, she said, "Okay, I'm in. Let's do it immediately." And so,
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, I tell you, you know, again, the Southernmost Pint, I'm glad we have them on board, and I'm glad. I mean, we've known Tad and Lindsay for a long time.
Do you remember, though, when they would come to the station?
We had remember the station when we were up at 104.9?
Yeah.
Back in the day.
And they would bring beers for us to try.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like long before he was mass producing,
Yeah.
mass brewing, I
Yeah.
should say. And he'd say, well, here, try this one. And Lindsay'd say, I want you to try this one. I didn't peanut butter. And then what? Blah. What, Lindsay? I want you to try this one.
And then she had that damn red lipstick on that one night.
That was at your birthday party.
Oh my God, that was a hell of a night.
I'm like, Lindsay, what? Just drink the beer.
Yeah.
Lindsay's a lot more involved in this blows than she knows. Since they paid the right amount, we wrote them so hardcore into this show that.
Does she know that?
Yeah, she has no idea, and that's all I'm going to say.
Oh my God.
That's all I'm going to say. If you guys don't go, you will miss out forever.
Okay, Brian, Michelle.
Unless I get 2 sponsors.
Mike, if you're still
for
listening,
videos.
we're going.
Oh
Yeah,
God,
Thursday,
you guys will laugh. You'll get all
Friday,
the jokes.
Actually, well, next Friday we're doing this live from the Pint, rain or shine. We were supposed to be at the Pint tonight, but our concern was with the weather the way it is.
It is.
And so we're going to do it next Friday, either outside if it's nice or inside if it's raining.
Nice.
We're going to do it regardless to have a good time in
Get
there,
her
and
done.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah. So if we're going to do it, it's going to be Thursday coming in there.
Opening night.
Opening night.
Are you excited? Are you scared?
Both.
Yes. We did complete a lot of writing this week.
Yeah.
It's the nature of the beast. It was, when curveballs happen,
Yeah.
we had all of our contingency plans and safety nets set up, so it's going to be a stellar show. I'm proud of all of them. It's just they have a lot more to memorize because we didn't realize how funny the writers were. We couldn't say no to a lot of the jokes. So
I think it's really cool that you're doing this. I'm happy to see there's a lot of originality coming out of this. Especially when it
Yeah.
comes to the music. I mean, it's always been one of my biggest bitches down here that there's way too much cover.
Yep.
And there's not enough. We have a lot of talent down here, but I think a lot of that talent that sits out there on those stools in Key West just don't see what the talent they have and stick with the covers just because that's what the crowd wants. And I really wish that a lot more of these people would get a little bit more creative in what they're...
Which is exactly why you did the thing at Rex.
Yeah.
It was, I heard great things from the manager, Fred. He loved it. He was talking about what you were up to.
Well, it's with our songwriter showcase that we do, the 8th annual is coming up. We're getting ready to do that, and then of course Michelle and I started this special deal on, we wanted to do it quarterly. The hard part is trying to get local artists to come up there
and play
and say, look, this is for you. You're going to charge at the door. This is all about you. The what made you write that song? This is I classify this as that. The unplugged MTV of the day where you get a chance in front of the audience to talk about, this is what inspired me to write that song.
I love that.
This is what got me into where I'm at today. The sad part is we don't have enough artists down here. I mean, I've talked to a few artists, and they're like, I want to do that, but I don't have original songs.
There's that, and then there's, I want to do that, but I don't have time because I have to do 7 days a week, 2 times a day, cover music. And that is one of the things that we get to work on in this town is providing more opportunities. And the fact that you made that is already making the change.
Yeah.
Because they need to have, her hand is being raised at a radio show. Tiffany.
Who played the first one?
You did. You did.
Pound it.
Tiffany played
Radio
the
show
first.
pounded it.
Tiffany played the first one, and then we had Sweet Harriet that came in, and of course,
That's awesome.
Michelle and I were a part of it, each one of the beginnings, just to kind of, get it off the ground, and then we had Jockey Jord.
Jockey,
That's great. I saw pictures.
And Jockey Jord is. He kicked ass. That guy, yeah. Using Michelle's words, he kicked ass. He came in and he ruled that stage. And I think the only thing I would say to him was, you need more stories. Because he would jump from one song right to the next, and there really was no transition of a story of why I wrote that or what encouraged me.
Interesting.
But then afterwards, as we were sitting there talking, he goes, well, this song really encouraged me. And I'm like, that's what the audience wants to hear. The audience wants to know what was the drive to those lyrics for you. And I said to him, I'm like, you're like the next Jimmy Buffett.
Nice.
You know, and he goes, I don't like hearing that. He says, because I'm not trying to be Jimmy Buffett. I go, I know you're not. I mean, because he's very Jack Johnson too. But I said, you've got that vibe that people are locking into that I think Jimmy Buffett back in the day had down here to further his career. And I really think Jockey George has that. And again, I'm not trying to put him on a pedestal as a Jimmy Buffett or a Jack Johnson, but I'm like, he's got that inside him that people are going.
There's a French word again.
Yeah, she's throwing a lot of French stuff out there, but French fry and
S'il vous plaît.
French bouquet, hey,
Oui, oui, pou, pou, pou,
but
pou.
he's
Because
got
she can.
he's got that, and I think what you're doing along with your Rumble Productions and the things, you're trying to get that out of people. You're trying to get that originality out of them and get the hell away from this cover crap.
Yeah, we literally. I mean, our slogan is "Shake things up."
Yeah.
Like that's all we're all about. We're trying to make the mission also be pay and treat the artists well and with respect. And then in trade, the clients get everything that they want. They get excellence and professionalism and top-notch quality. So we're just trying to help bridge and help connect people and make them communicate, but also provide space for the best versions of everyone to be able to come out and play. Because you got to get out of survival mode before you have the luxury of playing and creating.
Yep.
Yeah. No,
And
it's.
so-
I'm really happy with what you're doing.
Thanks.
I've seen what you're doing. I mean, how many times have I had you on the radio with us? Back to the 104.9
Oh my
days.
God, it's a lot, and it's been fun every time.
We've had you on here. We've watched how this has grown. I've talked about different things. I'm always impressed with how you're making it work for Key West or giving Key West something different. I mean, it's. I think that's what Key West needs in a lot of ways.
Well, I'm honored that. I mean, the only reason it's working out here is because they want it. They are trusting me with a little bit of responsibility, and they're being vulnerable and letting it. Because I'm a newbie. I've not been here even 4 years yet, but they're still like allowing it to happen. So really, I'm the one who's humbled and honored because they.
So let me ask this question: have you found yourself? Once you got down here, it's like you got to earn your dues.
Yes. I paid them with tax.
I mean, the funny thing is, like, when we first came, before we moved down here, I mean, we would come down and visit, and we would play.
Yeah.
I never worried about having some place to play music because that's what happened. But once we moved here, and
different story.
It's a whole different view, and it's like, oh, you live here now. Son, sorry.
Oh
yeah, and
it's so different.
And it's frustrating because I mean there were times where we would sit there going, "Shit, are we ever going to play again? Or is somebody going to trust that we can hold a crowd or that we can play music and do what we do?" And I'm like, we did it before. Why can't we do it now? Well, you live here, And
it's
so
really interesting.
It was a pay your dues kind of thing over time, and sometimes for some people it takes a year and you're in. Some people it takes 5 years and you're in. I've seen where people came down here. I've seen people come and go.
Yeah.
That can't make it down here, and they end up turning to the bottle, or they just
I've seen
I
that.
gotta go. Yeah.
I've not even been here. I've just been here almost 4 years now, but three.
What'd I do?
He's talking about the bottle.
Oh.
And it's empty.
No, that's a Tervis.
Oh.
Okay, you're okay. That's a Tervis.
Could have been a bottle of aspirin. I've come to conclusions.
But I will end on this note. You figure out the real people down here that support what you do and don't do.
Yeah.
It's you find out who are your friends. You find out who
Ain't that the truth?
who wants to use you as much as they can and then toss you to the curb. I mean, it's one of those things.
Too. Well, it was kind of cool. I got past the trials and tribulations, and it was cool. I needed to be humbled. I needed to be kicked in the face, and I was. And then it happened again, and I'm the only one who's responsible for that because every choice was mine. And now I'm starting to really get conk life, being resilient and adaptable and saying, too bad, I'm not going anywhere. And it's almost cool. It's just like, it's almost like a legendary thing that this island represents, and it's an honor to be a part of it at all. And so every time someone is being a hater or difficult, it's actually really cool because it's like, hey, I did it. I got my 10 haters. If you don't have 10 haters, you're not playing big enough.
Yeah, that's like hashtags on your uniform.
It
you
is.
know, it's like I got 10 haters. I'm there.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, I'm not even kidding. Actually, I'm coming up with a bingo card where I'll be like, shit talk about blah, 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 or whatever, just all of the things. And not that it happens regularly. Run, Tiffani Green.
Run.
But
you're
it's
right.
fun. And I'll get a massage when I win bingo. So honestly, they can't bring me down. I'll be like, yeah, bingo.
Because I mean, I won't lie to you. There are times I sit back. I'm like, when we get in our slow moments, I'm like, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
This is kind of weird, or it's like I just feel like you get kicked in the gut. But we still, but then when the next thing you know, it's like, oh my God, I can't keep up with the amount of requests. I mean, it's just
Right.
it's that ebb and flow of the whole process. So,
It's true.
Well, before we close the night out, is there anything else we want to bring up?
Oh, the details. I'll tell everyone order of fun events this Sunday, 7 to 9. If you want to see drunken like they used to say, it's postmodern jukebox meets the love child of Robin Williams and Liza Minnelli. We go crazy, we drink, it gets real, and we have guests pop up sometimes. So that's Flip the Bird Jazz Cabaret at the Birdcage Cabaret Aquaplex, 7 to 9 this Sunday. But the big one that we've been working on, which feels like we've been writing it for years, it has been a month, but we just put years into every day, Key West time. This Blows, a musical comedy that doesn't suck, is opening on Thursday. The show is at 8 o'clock. Tickets $40, and a percentage of it goes to Queer Keys. And there's like 10 people in there. We have Gwen Filosa, too. We have Stephen Crane. We have Aubrey Urban. It's like a lot of fun people. Joni Sullivan. Oh, yeah, that girl Mel.
Yeah, that really
Our
weird
secret-
one.
So real quick before I forget, Mel, what is your aspiration? I mean, after you graduate, what's your plan? Are you going to
I don't know.
acting school or I don't take that the wrong way.
No,
I'm not saying you're a
no.
bad actor. I'm just saying is that
Oh, she's good.
you want to further.
Yes. It wasn't my plan the beginning of my life. Like for a lot of it, it was just like, oh, it's like a hobby. And then I don't know what happened. I just started taking it seriously now.
Yeah.
It just kind of something snapped. I think after I had my first lead role this year in the high school production, after that I was like, wow, I really like this. Maybe I should do something with it.
Yeah.
I'm
Do it.
okay at it, so why not?
Okay, is an understatement.
Well, I think that's really cool. So, I mean, what is your one highest goal? What, Michelle?
She wants to pursue acting.
What would you like to be like super famous? And go, hello.
Be in the Star Trek.
Hello.
Ready? Here, you're right. Here's your first acting. Ready?
Maybe not like super famous. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like then you have to live up to a lot of expectations, and like everything you do is everywhere. Can't even breathe wrong without someone having an issue with it. But I think I just want to be like,
No paparazzi.
no, I want to be on stage.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Well, that's cool.
Movie acting just isn't my thing.
Yeah.
I like being on stage. I like musicals.
More
I love
theater,
singing.
More, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and
Being part
real
of
life
original
in the face of people. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. So,
She's good. She's good, too. She can do it.
well, cool.
You'll see her on stage.
Anything else we can bring up before we close the show?
Am I missing something?
I don't
Are you
know.
like hinting at something that
No,
I've
I'm
missed?
just making sure you got it all in.
Oh my goodness. Well, after that, next month, the big project is Ernest Hemingway, a rock opera. And I'm playing Hemingway. And I'm also am going to sign myself up for the Hemingway lookalike contest in
my
drag to showcase this piece that we're creating, which
Oh
will be
my God,
available
you're
online.
kidding. I think
No,
you'll
I'm
win.
not kidding. I think you know I'm not. It's coming. So that's a thing. So right now, part of what we're doing, we're getting sponsors and selling ad spaces, which we have a few left for This Blows. And that
You
is how
also-
we're funding.
You need to
our
have some
film.
people dress up as six-toed cats.
Oh my God!
I can be a
Or
cat.
just-
Because you said you're
Just
cast,
these
you're hired.
and the paws.
Just because you said that, I will have a sidekick
see,
cat Taraj.
This is what this show does. We bring out the best in everybody.
Oh my God, a cat Taraj, and you're hired. See?
There you
Nailed
go.
it.
I'm perfect.
There you go.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I had to take a phone
Well,
call.
I don't want to take any more away from
It was
this because this seems like it's building in progress. I want to get to
Yeah.
some more music, come
do
back, get ready to close the show out, and thank everybody. I appreciate you, Jessica, for coming in here
Well,
and
thanks for having
sharing
me.
what's going on because you've always got something happening in Key West, and I really think it's really cool.
Oh, thank
and I
you.
love running into you on the street like we did at
Yeah,
the Pint
you
a
got to
few
stop
weeks ago.
breaking the ankles, though. I just healed from the last one.
Can't help it. So, Tiffany, anything you want to say?
Oh, I forgot to move. That's how I found out I was a ghost the whole time.
Sorry, I had to bug out for a sec.
That's all right.
It really was business.
You had phone call.
It was business.
All right. Anything
There's a
else?
smile there. She's got something to say.
Would you like?
What's your confession of?
My confession was earlier that I hate soccer.
You hate soccer.
I hate
yeah.
soccer.
Well, this just ended on a bad note. Everything was going well.
That was it.
Would you like to pep it back up with something?
Pep it back up.
Yes, tell us something happy.
You should totally come watch This Blows.
Yay!
A comedy show that does not suck.
I love it.
And you'll love me.
Way to end it. So
She said she'll love me. Yay!
You will. She's not wrong.
fantastic. So, hey guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We're gonna get to another song. I'm gonna come back, close the show out, and then you know how it is. We appreciate having everybody in here on a Friday. Don't forget, Michelle and I are leaving next Sunday. We're on the road. Heading up for Daniel Lynn's big, for the big summer party, and then and of course we'll be coming to you live next week from the Pint, rain or shine, and then once we get up to Disney, we'll be doing a live show from the Disney campground, having some fun up there. We always try to make this fun for you guys. So
It is fun.
Before I forget, thanks for hanging out with us. Let's get to a little bit of Robert Earl Keen On, and we'll be back one last time to say thank you very much.
Yes.
Robert Earl Keen, everybody.
In the purple setting sun, she rides her horse around the ring, gives him a kiss, he starts to run, keeping time galloping. They ride around till they're free, and to the wilderness unknown, living out her fantasy on that brave strawberry roam, on and on, and on. He locks the door, dims the light, trims a knob, flips a switch. He plays a chord, it sounds alright. His head is light, his fingers twitch. He plays the rhythm and the blues from midnight to the dawn, singing "Have you heard the news?" like there ain't no other song. On and on, on and on. grave, trying hard to find a tear. The preacher says Jesus saves, but he did not save him here. And he wanders right aloud. Daddy, where did we go wrong? As the sad, bewildered crowd leaves him staring at the stars. On and on, on and on, on and on, from the beginning, round and round, this world keeps spinning, all along, on and on.
You're listening to Tiki Man Radio, TikiManRadio.com, your coastal Americana radio station. Come over and chillax and relax. Everything's going to be okay.
Vanessa here, coming to you live from the Beachy Shell Hideaway in the gorgeous Key West, Florida. You're listening to Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle. Now back to the show.
Hey everybody, B-Man right here. B-Man and Michelle, Coastal Confessions right here, coming to you live from the Beachy Shell Studios. Hey, I wanted to close out the show tonight with a Jimmy Buffett song that some people may not know, but this was a recording that I got from when Jimmy did his last shows here in Key West. And I thought this was a really cool song that I'm going to throw out here for you guys. It's Tin Cup Chalice. And I appreciate all of you guys hanging out with us tonight. We'll be back next Friday, coming to you live from the Southernmost Pint Brewpub here in Key West. There's the spoon. I think I'm going to take the spoon with me. I kind of feel like Romper Room. I see Danny. I see a hippie chick. B-Dog. So there you guys go. Bob Bitchin, everybody. So I appreciate everybody who's hanging out with us tonight. Let me see, make sure there's nobody else that jumped on it. All right. So again, we appreciate each and every one of you. Let's get to Jimmy Buffett's Tin Cup Chalice, and we'll close the night out. Thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate you guys, all your support. And here we go.
Y'all have a good evening. Maybe see some of you on Sunday. I want to go back to the island where the shrimp boats tie up to the piling. Give me oysters and beer for dinner every day of the year. I'll feel fine. I'll feel fine. 'Cause I wanna be there. Go back down and lie beside the sea there, with a tin cup or a chalice, fill it up with good red wine. I'll be chewing on a honeysuckle vine. Yeah, now the sun goes sliding across the water. Sailboats, they go searching for the breeze. Salt air, it ain't thin. It'll stick right to your skin, but makes you feel fine. Makes you feel fine. And I want I want to go back down and get high by the sea there, with a tin cup for a chalice, fill it up ever heard that strange proposal. So won't you get that Packard running and let's move. I want to be there before the day tries to steal away and leave us behind. I made up my mind that I want to be there. I want to go back down and die beside the sea there with a tin cup for a chalice. Fill it up with good red wine. I'll be chewing on that honeysuckle vine. Yeah, with the tin cup for a chalice. Fill it up with good red wine. And I'll be chewing on that honeysuckle vine. Again, thank you, Jared Jeff. Thank you, Key West. Great to be home.
Thank you, everybody, for
Thank
tuning in to
you.
B-Man Michelle's Coast Confessions right here on Tiki Man Radio, coming to you live from the Beachy Shell Studios in Key West. And like I close every show out every Friday,
Y'all come back now. You hear?
we'll see you guys next Friday coming to you live from the Southernmost Pint Brewpub here in Key West. Have a great time, everybody. Take care.
Very engaging. You take care. He was very engaging at Key West Theater. And I saw him on Sunday night, which was his last night of 4. He was so good.
No, but I think just